crackers, animal crackers. I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off. All day, and whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off. Animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off. Animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off. crackers, animal crackers. I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers of the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, bears and tigers of the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers of the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers of the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, bears and tigers, on the old day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers, on the old day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers, on the old day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers, on the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers, on the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers, on the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. tigers of the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, bears and tigers of the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all. Animal crackers, bears and tigers of the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just did all.
We're back up to 7. That's a good sign.
And time, so don't cry.
Well, I'm glad you got to serenade the people. Professional internet radio never gets old.
Welcome to episode, I have no idea.
122.
That was a good intro.
That's pretty good.
That was.
Are you ready to go hot?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right, so take 2. The biggest thing about wrestling that you grew up doing is not just thinking about winning those belts, but doing it with your brosif. Nothing is better than a tag team championship, especially when that tag team can work together and you just know they inside and out know each other so well. On the cusp of that, there's people that absolutely have no right even thinking of doing that. Today on the Loki and Jabroni Show, we bring you just that, our list of the top 5 best tag teams in wrestling and the worst. So sit back, man up, plug in. We're getting ready to take you on a nice little wrestling ride before our little shindig at the deck.
And welcome once again to the GOAT podcast of New England, coming to you a few minutes late. But that's okay, because we love you live streamers. And for you audio-only folks, we're on time, because whenever you download us is whenever you listen to us. This is the world-famous Loki and Jabroni Show. To my right,
I am Loki.
sitting in my chair, playing the part of Jabroni because of sickness, is Jabroni, the guy in the box. Well, in the head.
Sickness,
anyway.
he's definitely sick in the head.
The guy in the box is Eddie Focus. We need a sticker for the people to put on, not only a horseshit sticker, like Will says about 100 times every episode. Thank you, Will. But we need a sticker, seriously, that says, Mondays are for the Loki and Jabroni Show. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I love you guys. Killing me softly every freaking week, but I love it. We wouldn't rather be any other place on a Monday than right here, unless it was a prime rib buffet somewhere. I know I would give this
Abluk,
up.
welcome to
Who?
Abluk, welcome to Twitter, to Twitter.
Holla you
Twitter.
too, my man.
I will retweet that.
Yes. So, how is everybody today?
Doing fantastic, man.
Great. That is good to hear.
So I'm gonna totally go out and I'm gonna take it before any of you guys even talk.
Feel free.
So I ain't got nothing like any productive thing on my mind. I do got to say that I did finally go out and I had the Elysian Dayglow IPA, and now we are enjoying the Space Dust IPA. And I must say, it is quite exquisite.
It is awesome. We're reaching over so Ed can try it.
Is this made from the sweat of David Bowie?
No, from the
I hope not.
what is it? Dustin Runnels, Gold Dust.
Yeah.
By the look on
Stardust.
your face, I'm guessing. Oh, that was Cody. Cody was Stardust, wasn't he? The younger one? Yeah, I got it.
It's a little strong in the citrus for me.
I think it's a nice little compliment, actually. I'm pretty impressed with it.
Tastes very grapefruity to me.
See, I didn't get any grapefruit out of it at all.
Yeah, I got a little
I'm
orange action.
I'm enjoying this Yingling summer wheat, so my palate's probably
tasty.
tainted.
Yeah, it's probably tasty.
So-
But I will
myself
say,
am enjoying this all-weather Miller Lite.
very impressed with them. I was very happy with them. I've been waiting. They're relatively pricey. So Elysian, if you watching us, fuck man, hook us up.
Send us a couple free cases.
That's what I'm saying. That's right.
That's what I'm.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's
Free beer's free beer.
We're saying it's fantastic. What we're saying is we don't want to,
We're not going to get too many weeks like last week with Jim Lollimer from CheeseBeerFood.com, who
Where you gonna
brought
be? Oh, I did.
several,
You know what?
so
I
many
did want to go out to
wonderful.
Norwich, and I am for the next
We
one. I'm
gotta,
gonna get a growler.
you know what? Do that next week for the SummerSlam review, because we will be at the deck this coming Sunday.
Oh, that's gonna be. I'm excited.
August 20th.
I'm excited.
We
dude.
get there at 5. They're announcing that it starts at 6, but by then,
We're
Logan
already set
Jabroni will
up.
be already
We'll
rocking.
We'll already be buzzed.
The raffle is getting huger and huger.
Free open bar and wings, all I can eat. Those 70-cent wings, by the way, those are gonna be fucking phenomenal.
They're gonna pull a Simpsons and they're gonna throw us
And
out
I do
for
gotta
eating
say,
too many wings.
Tim wouldn't do that to him.
Whoever wrote on that post that they can make wings for 3 cents are you're full of shit, dude. Please tell me where you're getting your wings from.
having eaten food at the deck, that's why I didn't say much. I'm like, okay, you're obviously not getting the point here.
Right.
the deck doesn't skimp on their food, man. And Sundays, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, prime rib day. Not that I'm going to try to soak Tim out of some prime rib, although I might. But let's be honest, they do good things with their food. It's great portions at a great price. For some people, they might say, oh, it's a little pricey. Wait till you see what you get on your plate this Sunday at the SummerSlam Party, 359 Boston Post Road, Westbrook, Connecticut. Let's talk about the raffle and the SummerSlam Trivia Contest. It's going to be great. A&J Sports in the Crystal Mall came in with 5 sports hats of different varieties. They're going into the raffle. K&M All-Star Sports came in with 2 autographed pictures, one of potential WWE champion after Sunday Samoa Joe and Raw General Manager Kurt Angle. Connor Promotions is going to be on the phone in just a little bit talking about their contribution to the raffle. We have here the official Loki and Jabroni Murica shot glass.
America.
Hopefully this will get painted.
It will.
And that will be part of the raffle. What else? When these get painted, 2 official. I know how much I hate these. You guys have heard me talk about them before. 2 Loki and Jabroni gimmick spinners, fidget spinners, distracto spinners, whatever you want to call them. On the bar right over there are 18 DVDs that come from my collection. One of them autographed by Ric Flair, who, by the way, get well soon, Nature Boy.
Yeah, heard about him being in the hospital. That's really sad. Man.
I have a surprise that I'm going to show on the after hours. I call it the rivalry pack. It's not wrestling related, but it's a Red Sox item and a Yankee item going to be packaged together. It's going to be a rivalry pack. If you're a Red Sox fan, you come away with something cool. You give your Yankee friends
Don't forget
something.
We have Connor
Promotions
is going to be giving us a call. They have some goodies for us, too, that they're going to be throwing out there.
And I'm picking up one more thing.
And that's this Sunday, guys. So don't forget, when this show goes live on Wednesday. No, it's Wednesday. You only have 4 days at that point. So
that's right. We're going to have some great giveaways for people that come to visit the table. You will get to reach your hand into the bucket of gimmicks and pull out something to take with you for free.
No, well, yeah, I was going to say some freebies. Or if you sign up for the Patreon that day and show us you are signed up, we give you something a little happy and exclusive on the side.
I am not pulling my pants down for these people.
No, I know you're not.
Okay. I want to
no happy endings.
Not this
We're going to duct tape you and do it for you.
No happy endings.
We got one more week on that one, fellas.
So what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You got anything on your mind?
Well, back to school is upon us.
Back to school.
Summer's coming to an end. And I know you guys have kids, and back to school shopping must suck.
Yes and no.
No. Yes, it sucks.
I dig the concept of it.
Sucks,
Shut up.
jabroni.
Shut up. I dig the concept of it. You go out and you try on the new clothes and you get to watch and everything's great. But then as they get older, like it was much easier when Emma was a kindergartner because it was like 6 outfits and a couple pairs of shoes and she's out the door. Now she wants to pick and choose and, well, I like this shirt, but I like this shirt better. You know why she likes that shirt better? Because it has a $30 price tag rather than a $15 price tag. I'm raising a diva. Fuck this game. I'm out.
Yeah, right, whatever. Anyway, for the next 3 days, you can save on Back to School Surprise.
How?
If you go to www.lokiandjabroni.com/Inc. Get inexpensive printer supplies.
Yes.
We're talking cartridges.
Yes.
Remanufactured cartridges. We're talking SD cards, cell phone accessories, whatever. They're on a big back-to-school sale up to 80% off.
Wow,
And
nice.
Loki and Jabroni listeners, when they enter the promo code SCHOOL, will get 15% off their entire order.
Nice.
Oh, I like that.
That's what we do for you. We save you money.
So do you know what's awesome?
What's
awesome?
Paying the bills.
Right.
We love paying the bills.
That's what we're doing.
Other than
right
that,
now.
I finished watching Glow. Love it.
Fuck. And they're making another one, much to my chagrin. That's not what's on my mind. Is that what's on your mind, or is it?
I'm pretty excited. I loved it. I thought it was great from beginning to end. It's everything I loved about the original Glow. If you don't like Glow, well, fuck you.
Question from the Peanut Gallery. Do they have flash drives on this site?
You're going to have to use the link and find out.
There you go. So we're going to let that be our answer.
Save money for your kids' supplies and help the show at the same time.
Because I'm looking at this fantastic Murica shot glass. There's 2 other shot glasses being raffled off. One with the Batman logo. Might go in a pack, might go separately. And the other one says, straight out of fucks to give. Because we all love Straight Out Compton. We all don't have much fucks to give.
We don't all have any fucks to give.
Not many. I think I might have 3 left, and depending on who you are, you're not getting one.
All I have left is shit.
What's up,
Who
Perks?
really gives
How
a
you
shit
doing,
these
man?
days?
Nice to have you on Twitter.
Nice. Nice. So, what's on your mind?
That was it, man. I told you about my IPAs. I was excited about those.
Okay.
I was very excited about
That's
those.
pretty cool. What's
No,
the
I was-
link
I was-
name again, please?
www.lokiandjabroni.com
I'm
/
excited to go into
Inc.
this, man.
Okay.
This is what I'm
And you
excited
shared
about.
it on the page, if I'm not mistaken. I saw the...
I did a share it on the page. I'm sharing it on the show. Just go there, click the links on that page, enter that code, save some money. And I've been on here. I've been on there, and they have really great prices on printer cartridges, stuff that's usually way overpriced if you go to the store. These are remanufactured. They're cheap. Can't beat it. You're going from $70 sometimes for ink for your printer to like $15.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Cripes, that's like a 70% savings right there.
Right. And,
You can't beat
we're
that.
happy to be affiliated with them. Use them every time you shop.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Ed, anything on your mind?
Just Glow.
Oh,
And
Christ.
in the horror movie, there's going to be a Leatherface origin story
Ooh,
from when he was a child.
that I'd love to see.
Think about it.
Yeah, they're
I
calling.
was a fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
They're calling it Leatherface, and it's basically about how Leatherface came to be, and they're not fucking around. They got some pretty good actors on there.
Tell me it's not a Rob Zombie thing.
No, he's got nothing to do with it.
Okay. Eric
Nope.
Mitchell says he's hoping to use our Amazon link tonight to buy some TV, DVD box sets.
Ooh,
Nice.
we
Thank
love
you,
it.
Eric.
We love it.
Oh.
That link is plastered all over the page, folks.
Oh, we might as well talk a little sports before we talk a little sports entertainment. If any of you have been sleeping under a rock, you've missed it. Ezekiel Elliott suspended 6 games for domestic violence.
Yep.
Now, the Cowboy faithful
The
are crying.
leadership are ready.
I know.
They're ready to go. They're ready to go with this.
The Cowboy faithful are crying the blues, and here's what I heard, and I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just saying I'm going to debunk your argument, much like I did online all weekend. Sorry, not sorry. Well, Tom Brady only got 4 games because he was cheating, and how come Zeke gets 6 games for hitting a woman or a woman DJ? It wasn't like his girlfriend. It was a woman DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Oh,
Ed's
fuck that guy.
triggered already.
Fuck that guy. Death
Right.
is the only appropriate punishment. Death. You don't hit the fucking DJ ever. Seriously. You want to die?
Unless
you want
he-
to die, clown?
Unless the DJ plays the latest single by Selena Gomez, there's no reason to hit the DJ. The song's been stuck in my head for
Or
8 fucking
Despacio.
days. That fucking song.
That one too.
Oh, but so I have to tell these people. Originally, Brady was suspended for 1 year, 1 full season. Lawyers got him out of that. Lawyers, litigation, all sorts of crazy bullshit. He got a suspension either way. Be happy. What you shouldn't be happy about is that once again the Dallas Cowboys are becoming the felon team all over again. If I was a Cowboys fan, I'd ditch all my shit.
Dude.
I'd put the other 29 teams in a
How
hat.
are they- how are
I'd
they the
pick one
felon
out,
team?
and that's who I'm going to root for. I was like, oh wait, I picked the Jaguars. Yay, Jacksonville! I'm not going to follow a team that doesn't follow my moral compass.
Do you know how much I would love to play devil's advocate with that comment, but I can't with the simple fact of this poor kid Whitehead? This
Yeah.
poor kid gets charged with stealing.
Mm-hmm.
Stealing. Larceny.
Mm-hmm.
Then he comes back and it's proven that he doesn't do it. He has proof. The police say, sorry, our bad. We weren't supposed to go after you. Our apologies. We'll make a statement. Whatever you need us to do. Got the piece of paper. They fired him.
Wow.
They let him go.
What team was this?
Dallas Cowboys. That was Whitehead. Our white.
Danny Whitehead?
Or no. The black white. I got to look up his name again, but he was a wide
That's
receiver.
what they fired him for?
If we haven't lost
They
all our
fired him
Cowboy
because
listeners.
they thought that he actually did steal something, but then he fought it and he didn't. He really didn't steal.
They should have
anything.
they should have re-upped his contract.
They didn't. They let him go.
Because much like we talked about some weeks
He can
ago,
sue.
there's
absolutely.
there's a code of conduct policy in every NFL contract that says if you
Here,
do
let me-
anything to bring the shame and et cetera so forth, or there's
me
a question of
Google.
your integrity, you can and will, in some cases, be released.
Unless you do dogfighting.
Well, then you're released and sent to jail. Oh, the Falcons were not
Yeah, it was
fucking around
Whitehead.
with that.
Rodney Darnell, Lucky Whitehead Jr.
Oh, Lucky Whitehead. Okay,
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, he was a rookie 2 years ago. Yeah, so he's played 2 years. So yeah,
Is he signed to anybody now? Or is he still
so
a free
far
agent?
no.
Well, somebody pick up Lucky Whitehead.
Nope.
I-
Says wide receivers.
Ange just came in with Lucky Whitehead. Nice
Yeah.
job. Nice job.
Sorry.
Hey, that could have hurt your phone. Where did you get that fantastic phone case?
Oh, I actually got this from Amazon. It was great. It was one of the first purchases ever made on the affiliate link at LokiandJabroni.com. Not only
Never
that,
forget.
Not only that, recently this phone was at Six Flags, and everybody knows that I've been kind of an idiot when it comes to doing live videos from a lot of these rides.
And they tell you, you know what the funny thing is? They tell you at the park, don't be filming
yeah,
this shit. If
you
we
get
catch
caught
you,
up.
you're out.
Yeah, we'll boot your ass. I don't give a fuck, man. I really don't. I did it on Superman. I've done it on the Mind Eraser. Everything.
Was Joker and I know you said
I
Goliath
ain't
was
touching.
closed. Why not?
No, I wrote it, but I ain't taking that, dude. You flip all over the damn place. You
Yes!
ain't holding onto a camera.
Fucking duct
You
tape
ain't-
it.
you ain't
Son of a
holding on to a
bitch.
camera.
Loki and Jabroni right there.
That's what those like GoPros and shit are for.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
All right.
So anyways, freaking, I don't think they'd probably let you do that because the whole idea is they don't want you filming the ride because for whatever reason, it doesn't.
They have their own promotional videos.
Right. So anyways, I go and I decide I'm going to sit here and do this on Goliath, which if you guys have ever
Bad fucking move.
if you ever ridden Goliath, essentially Goliath is what's known as a big giant boomerang.
Uh-huh.
So a boomerang is if you guys have the flashback or something like that, it essentially just goes through, hooks up around, goes back, comes back, and then you do it backwards, and then that's the end of the ride. Well, Goliath is huge. It's
If you ever want to hear
huge.
Jabroni use the term "fuck me with a ham sandwich," Goliath.
So
because I'm afraid of heights.
They pull you up, and I thought I had it timed. So here I am with my phone, and I'm like, come on live.
Oh, there is no time.
Here I am getting ready to type in the words live from Goliath, and as soon as I go to hit the button,
Zoom.
my phone is literally doing a 0G in front of me, and I go swipe with one hand, swipe with the other hand, and I miss both times, and the phone goes straight down, boom, lands on the fucking ground, and I go through the whole ride. The only thing I'm thinking is, great, my phone is now down there.
The property of Six Flags.
Is this? Yeah, exactly. The property of Six Flags until I come back at 10 o'clock at night when this park is closed, and one of them goes out there with a fucking flashlight and gets my damn phone.
That's stellar.
So,
Props to you guys at Six Flags.
Yeah.
Big props.
regardless, I didn't wait till 10 o'clock. It wasn't going to happen. We walked, as we're walking, when we're coming back and we're going down, because they bring you back up and you slowly go back down, I see my phone. And it's in the green part, and it's over by the fence. So I'm like, oh, my God,
Oh,
if that's
right
the
close.
fence, if that's the fence we can get to, I'm lucky. Sure enough, it was right behind the freaking trash bin. I could literally reach my arm and fucking
nice.
get it, dude. It was right there. Still in peace. Still intact.
The only other story I have like that is my brother and I with my family and some family
Welcome,
from Ohio.
Hakana Matata.
Went to Hershey Park some years ago, and I'm a roller coaster junkie. I know as much as I wear hats like everywhere except for work and bed, I wear hats everywhere. And I tell my brother, don't wear a hat. You're going to lose that motherfucker. No. I'll be fine. So I wear glasses, so I always get the croquis to hold my eyes on so I can see what I'm getting into. Nobody wants to go on a ride half blind and just go, yeah, that felt great. Fuck that. I want to see what I'm getting into. So glasses are tightened up real nice. In the event I wear a hat, I roll it up, put it in the pocket of my shorts. Now, here comes where I have to ask you about that comment in just a second, Ed. Now, we go across the first big sweeping turn of
Francesca Rachel, thank you for
the
joining
first
us.
big sweeping turn of this roller coaster, and there goes my brother's hat. Just lifted off his head, and it starts to float. I don't know where he got these reflexes from, but I watched this hat float for about a second and a half, and I just watched his arm come out and go. Pulled the hat back. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We get to the end. Bada bing, bada boom. And I'm like, did you reach out and grab that hat? Yes, I did. I'm like, that was fucking badass. I'm buying you a beer right now. I know I've watched people lose jewelry. I've watched people lose change as many times as, especially on Goliath.
Alex grabbed. Did you? You haven't been at Six Flags in a while, huh?
A couple years. When Goliath first opened was the last time I was
So
there.
you didn't go on Wicked Cyclone yet?
Not yet.
Wicked Cyclone. Cyclone has been completely redone. It's called the Wicked Cyclone now. It actually has metal and all these. It literally has twists now. You like do fucking upside down.
Okay.
verticals,
It was
right?
fuck that before.
So,
It's double fuck that now.
so Alex is riding this, and I'm 2 cars back, and he's 2 cars ahead of me. We're just trying to get in there. This girl is doing exactly what we're trying to do normally and record it. Well, we go through this 0 fucking G flip. She literally loses her phone, and I see Alex go. Whoosh.
Nice.
One hand grabs it, holds it, gets to the end of the ride, hands the girl her phone, and she goes,
What?
I was like, you need to go slap that bitch.
You should have. You should have. If she was good looking, he should have got a number. He should have got a hug and a
that was
kiss.
the problem. She was pretty. You know, I was like, dude, anybody in their right mind would have been
Here
like,
it comes, Alex, for you. Horse shit.
anybody in their right mind would have said thank you.
Yes.
Anybody, dude. But to be like,
2 comments from the Peanut Gallery. Eric says, funny thing I saw in an amusement park was a guy lost his hairpiece when the ride went upside down. And says, Chris, why don't you tell the people about going down the water slide? We had to get you new glasses right after. Oh, fuck. So 2 years ago, we're at this company party of someone that Angela knows. It's a great spread. The food was great. The beer was free. Everything was great. And he built, this is no joke, like a world-class water slide that dumps into a lake in Plainfield. Great time. I went down the first time, woo, into the lake, bada, got out again, did the second time. And as I'm coming off the edge of the slide, the glasses come off. And I was not quick enough to reach out and grab them. I spent about 20 minutes searching in the muck and the nastiness of the bottom of a lake. And you know how the bottom of a lake is. It's all muddy and greasy and all this bullshit. They held everybody up. Oh, Chris trying to find his glasses. I was blind for at least 3 days. I was like, okay, I can't see. This is bullshit. I don't know what I'm doing. But you have to realize when you go on something that, especially like Goliath, which tops out at 75 miles an hour, Batman tops out at Six Flags at 55 miles an hour.
Yep.
Mind Eraser tops out at 52 miles an hour.
Superman, I
Secure
think,
your
was
shit.
65.
I've been hit in the face with quarters because some jackass wears some loose-fitting clothing,
Yeah.
and as we do this flips and the turns, their change falls out, and when the change falls out, it just doesn't fall straight and it goes to the ground. There are other people that come to that spot 3-4 seconds later and get pelted with your dimes and quarters. Secure your shit. It's that simple.
I love one-hitters, especially for the Superman, because you have that thing packed and ready to go, and when you're going up on that fucking incline, you're like, you get like fucking 3 good rips off that thing, and then when you're going on that first, it's like, wow.
The best thing,
fucking great.
Emma's been dying from the time I first took her to Six Flags to go on Superman. Back then it was Bizarro.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
before that it was Superman. Now it's Superman again. Because her thing is, the more you can scare her, the better. And she always saw that it went underneath and it came out on the other side, and there was the water mist and everything gets in your grill. And oh, Dad, I got to go on that someday. That's gonna be the shit. She didn't say the shit, but you know she's thinking it. That's her goal. She wants to be tall enough to ride the Superman ride. Boom.
You got to be. Alex is actually at the age now where he can't actually even fit on the Superman.
Really?
Yeah,
I had a
his
friend
knees-
that can do the
his-
same.
yeah,
He
his
can't.
knees- his
He's
knees
too
are too
tall.
big,
He's
yeah.
too thick. He's not a fat guy. Mike
Right.
Martin, who's watched the show before, is just seriously too tall and too thick to have the restraints hold him.
Yeah.
That sucks for Alex. Boy, I'm glad I'm just a short, semi-skinny fat
That's why I said
bastard.
I'm average. So I can go out on these rides.
Boom.
Love it. All right, so let's start up on this list.
I was going to ask you how you want to do this.
So this is what I figured we're gonna do. So the rules are just as follows. Nobody has looked at each other's list. I did make
Some
one
of us
comment.
haven't quite made one.
Some of us better get
Man,
fucked to work.
Jesus, man.
This
Wow.
is planning at its best.
It is. Holy crap. I admit I fucked up the intro, okay? But you ain't got to fuck up your list. Damn, this was the meat and potatoes. So here we go.
I'm working the board and I'm
We're gonna-
hustling the product right
We're
now.
going to get...
How about you chime in every now and again? You don't need a list. Would that work?
Yeah, I'll try. Man.
All right.
I figure you guys are going to nail them all anyway.
So
We're about to find
I figure
out.
what we'll do is we'll go through the list, right? And I thought we were going to have 3 number ones, and we'll see if he agrees, and maybe he can throw in his own number one.
Oh, I have a number one.
But from the number ones, we were going to pick and debate from that.
All right, I
You know
like
what I'm
it.
saying? So
Wow.
we'll go down through our 5s.
5 to 1.
5 to 1, and then once we get each
Your
one of
5,
us have
my
our-
5, your 4,
Right.
my 4. All right. You
Right,
want to
right,
start with
right,
best or worst?
Let's you want to go with best?
Let's go with best.
All right, let's go with best.
Let's
All
get
right,
our
so
list.
let's go with the list starting out with the best. So right off the bat, we're going to go the first 5, no honorable mentions, only 5 which we had to pick from tag teams, and how we decided was it's personal, based on our opinions of, say, wrestling. With me, it was how big the names were, how well they worked together, what their meaning was as a tag team. There was a lot of things that I put together for it. So
I'm pretty much the same. I went for Impact. I also went for, was there a style clash? Was there, if you could see the names I left off my list, and I'll throw two of them out there, at least on the best side, the Rock and Roll Express didn't make my list, and I loved them, but they were two similar styles working together. Yeah, it works, but I like the clashing styles. You got the meat and you got the potatoes, and they work together and they go forward. They didn't make my list. Although, on any other given day, if we had done a top 10, Rock and Roll Express makes my list.
I hear you. There's a few that I had in here that I was like, yeah, there was a top 10. Yeah, there'd be.
The top 5 was easy. The bottom 5 took a little work, except for number 1. That was easy.
Number 1 for me was pretty. It was the first one.
Are we going
when
5 to 1 or 1?
Yeah, 5 to 1.
Okay.
5 to 1. 1 being your best, obviously.
Right.
All right, so I'll start it off.
Sure.
All right, so my fifth pick for my best tag teams of all time of any wrestling. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us on Twitter today. Make sure you guys chime in if you have any questions. Loki in the house. Jabroni's right here, too. If you have anything from him, I'll be more than happy to ask him. Number
Same
5.
on the Facebook side.
Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov.
Wow.
Now, let me tell you why I chose them.
Oh, my
Number
Lord.
1, back in the 80s, there was no bigger freaking heels than Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik.
Okay.
And then make them a tag team, and you have hatred just for them showing up. And then let one of them spit on the American flag, or let one of them face Sergeant Slaughter and the freaking, or Hulk Hogan, and the whole place erupts.
All right, you've
you know
sold me on number 5. Wow.
I agree.
I
agree totally.
Did not see that coming, because I don't think of Sheik and Volkov. They had such a short run.
Exactly.
I don't think of them as when somebody says tag team and you say, oh, yeah, the Hardy Boys. They're brothers. Let's start there. But
Exactly.
You think of tenure, and you think of, I just lost all my audio. If anybody can help. Here we go.
There we go.
I heard you didn't drop.
We did for a second.
I think
That
of
was weird.
I think of guys with the tenure, whether it's like Rick Martel and Tito Santana or what have you, that were together 3, 4, 5 years. They had like a 2.5-year run, but everything you said made sense.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. My number 5 is something that nobody saw coming. I picked the Hart Foundation, Jim Neidhart and Bret the Hitman Hart.
They were there. I kind of include everybody in the Hart Foundation. I mean, I know we said tag team, but when you say Hart Foundation, I really do
Owen
include.
Davey, Brian
Danny
Pillman.
Davis?
Yes,
Of course,
you have
he's
to.
fucking Hart Foundation.
They were two different styles. Bret was the ground mat game, and Jim Neidhart was the meat and potatoes
Slugger.
muscle. Yeah,
just the slugger.
So
man.
when he's done kicking your ass, he's going to come in and finesse you. Or if he's finessing you, then Anvil's going to come in and fuck your shit
I was
up.
going to say, how many times did Bret like get himself in just a quick little fix there, and out of nowhere, here comes the Anvil just dropping
when they were
those arms.
babyface, when they were a babyface team, that was how it went. And
Right.
Again, I'll go back to the Rock and Roll Express. That's why they didn't make my list. You had two guys, similar styles. Ricky Morton was getting his face pounded in. He gets that hot tag. The crowd goes nuts, and here comes Robert Gibson. Nobody's afraid of Robert Gibson. Nobody's afraid of Ricky Morton. But if you're fighting Bret Hart and you think, well, again, we know.
Yes.
Don't fucking pelt us with those bullshit questions. Once Hitman got that hot tag and the Anvil came in, shit was on.
I agree.
Shit was
Absolutely
on.
agree. Great choice for your fifth.
Thank
Do
you.
you have a fifth one there, Ed, or do you just want to chime in on one?
Ed's busy grabbing beer.
A fifth best one?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Actually, I do. Junkyard Dog and Hillbilly Jim.
I quit.
Fucking loved it.
I quit.
I mean,
I quit.
There will be some irony when we go into the top worst, though.
Oh my lord. Anyway, I can't.
come on,
I
it was
can't even take
fun.
you seriously right now. Junkyard Dog and Hillbilly Jim.
No, you
Eat
it
a
was
dick.
It was fun, and there was subtleness to it too, because you had Junkyard Dog, clearly the sole black guy, and then you had the redneck Hillbilly Jim, and it was like, this is perfect. It was like so opposite ends of the spectrum.
I will almost buy it.
Seriously, I don't know if it was intentional or what, but it was like, and then like Hillbilly Jim would start doing the dance to a Junkyard Dog. It was fucking great.
All right, I will almost buy it.
Two of my favorite characters right there. Rest in peace, Junkyard Dog.
Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely. Rest in peace, JYD. I love JYD.
And I'll bring the kids up in the
He'll
ring.
never
It
be
was
in my
great.
top 10, but he was entertaining as nobody's business.
The kids loved him. They loved him. He had him
I
come
know
out in the
people
ring
who
and
Oh,
still
no,
sing his
absolutely.
praises to this day. Fuck JYD. But God rest his soul.
You're a hater.
I am. Next, number 4. See if we can do this.
All right, so number 4, and this actually, I would have picked them anyways, regardless if we're gonna go check them out in September or check him out in September. The Natural Disasters.
They almost made my list. Yes.
Got to give it to him. Earthquake and Tugboat. At the time, they were, in my opinion, the super tag team. I know you got people like to call out Power and Glory when Hogan and Macho Man, or no, they were
Mega Powers.
the Mega Powers. Thank you, Mega Powers, and they were all, but it was a gimmick. You know what I'm saying?
It was to sell tickets.
It
You put
was
the
a
two
gimmick.
top guys on the tag
Right,
team.
exactly.
It was Ultimate Warrior was the champion, and Hulk Hogan didn't want to be out of the spotlight.
There you go. Now you
Yeah,
don't.
that makes a lot of sense. Oh no, wait. The first incarnation, you might be right. I'll have to do my research. Listeners, chime in.
So you take.
I'm sorry. Did I say Ultimate Warrior? Are we talking about Randy Savage team up?
Savage and Hogan
Yeah,
Yes.
Randy Savage was champion. Hulk Hogan didn't want to be out of the
wanted to be out of the
Yes.
spotlight. Good call.
Do you ever see a tag team like the Giant and the Great Khali? No.
Once. And other than the Natural Disasters, you had Big Boss Man and One Man Gang, who was then Akeem. But again, that was more
then, they're-
filler than
right.
it was actual
These guys
punch.
were a tag team for almost 3 years. They were actually tag team
Mm.
champions for, I want to say, about 30% of that time
Yeah.
that they were together. They were now, and like I said, they're a super tag team. You throw these huge bodies out there, and I don't care who you are, man. You're walking away with a fight. You're walking away with a straight freaking fight, man.
when you think that they faced Ted DiBiase and IRS, who are two great technical guys, but then they also went up against the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, Joe Laurinaitis, former guest here.
Mm-hmm.
They faced a lot of great teams. I remember seeing them just before the Rockers broke up, and they did a little match.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they just-
I don't think there is nobody that they haven't touched. Like I said, it was too much of a good thing to have them on the same pace. Unfortunately, Tugboat later on in his career had issues we all know about.
Right.
But
And God rest Earthquake, who's
Yeah.
passed on since. But
I mean,
it's going to be great to be with Fred Ottman, who played Tugboat,
Yes.
or Typhoon, or Shockmaster.
right.
It's going to be great. But yeah, that's a great pick. He almost made they almost made my list. Strangely enough, do you have a question on Twitter? Somebody said you have a question on Twitter.
Oh, I did.
So let's see if we can get to the question on Twitter before we move on. Because my number 4 is going to surprise people. Because a lot of people might think they should be higher
I was
on my list.
actually.
Da-da-da-da-da. If you had the question on Twitter, resend it, please. And
I was gonna say I had my window open from Messenger still because I was messaging her.
oh,
Yeah.
Well, bring back your question. Number 4 for me started off in the Carolinas in the NWA. What most of you guys know is WCW. Went to the WWF. They were champions at both places. The Brainbusters, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson.
They were gonna be there. I almost had them on my list. Quick little thing. You know why they got their nickname Brainbusters?
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Thank you. A lot of people don't realize that.
These guys were the epitome. If you watch the Shawn Michaels DVD, which, by the way, if you want to win the Shawn Michaels 3-disc DVD set, come to the deck on August 20th, 359 Boston Post Road. That is one of the DVDs of Win Jabroni's DVD collection. It's in there. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard and Shawn Michaels at different points in the DVD swap stories about what they learned from each other. And to hear Shawn Michaels, who is easily one of the biggest stars ever in the
huge.
history of the business, say he learned a lot from Tully and Arn, and then for Arn to turn around and say, we learned a lot from the Rockers, who also almost made one of these lists, and it's not the top, and I'll explain why when I get to it. They did make one of the lists, sorry. You know, there
I
was
need to have
certain
the screen
timing.
so I can have it like that.
I'll
so
get
I
you
can
something to
see.
prop that up on
there we go.
Amazon.com from LoganJabroni.com. There were things that Tully could do that Arn couldn't. There were things that Arn could do that Tully couldn't. They were
Yeah,
both
they
similar in
disappear and you
size.
can't go back and see them again.
Right.
So.
They were similar in size. They were similar in style, but Tully was more technically sound, where Arn was more grab an arm, grab a leg, work it till it's hurt. You know, for you guys watching at home, you think, oh, my God, look, Arn Anderson's beating Ricky Morton's knee into oblivion. Yes, but then Tully comes in and finesses the shit out of him. Always loved Tully and Arn. They were two of my favorites. They're four horsemen, man, and that's why they make my list. Champs, no matter where they went, they were amazing.
I like that. Like I said, they're going to be on my list as it was. Like when I was going through it, and I'm glad they actually got on there.
Before you get to yours, I got a couple comments from the Peanut Gallery. Eric Mitchell says, I'm bringing an empty suitcase to the deck. He plans to win big. Jeff Howard says, best team ever is Demolition. We'll get to them. Don't you worry.
We're getting there. What's up, guys? Thank you for joining us on Twitter.
All right, so number 3 in the mind of Loki.
Number 3 in my mind has to go out to the Outsiders.
Did I get my
Hall
number
and
4?
Nash.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Number 4 from Ed.
I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
you had a 4.
He's going to piss me
I
off.
actually thought of one.
He's going to come up with like Hulk Hogan and Jobber Boy from the 80s and piss me off. I can see it now.
You're right. Actually, I know it was like short-lived and it was more of a plot than anything. But I actually liked it when Hogan and Orndorff were a tag team.
Orndorff was one of the badass guys from
I-
the 80s. I'll
I
give you
thought-
credit. You know what? Up top.
You know, even though it was leading up to that whole feud, which, if you ask me, kind of ended lackluster.
Yeah,
but
they feuded before, they become friends, and then the turn.
But prior to that, it was some pretty cool wrestling. And,
Yeah.
and they were like dominating.
The turn was amazing. You know, funny, Angela and I were sitting up watching the other night, and we were talking wrestling for some reason. Picture that.
Yeah.
About heel turns. And I was like, here, let me show you a couple of my favorite heel turns. And I wish I had shown Hogan Orndorff, because that came out of nowhere. I remember my brother and I sitting on that couch, whether it's 85, 86, whenever it happened, just be, oh! We didn't know. We did not see it coming, even though they led into it for 4 weeks on television. We didn't care. Oh, look at that. Here we
You
go.
remember what match it happened at?
They were a tag team against Stud and Bundy.
No, it was the Moondogs.
Was it the Moondogs?
No.
I'll have to look it up.
Because they were going to do a Stud and Bundy match, and then Orndorff on the Flower Shop was like, "No, I signed up for a match with the Moondogs," and that's when the setup happened.
Okay, that was the setup.
Yeah,
The turn, I think the turn happened in Stud and Bundy. Somebody, Google machine.
Oh wait,
click.
no, you're right, because they did the Stud and Bundy, and then he let them pound
Because he
him.
went to Bobby Heenan right after.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That is Bobby
So-
Heenish.
That's okay. I stand corrected. The Moondog thing did happen though, and then
Yeah, they had like a
It was
fluff
like-
match.
yeah, and Hogan was like, okay.
Why are we fighting the Moondogs? It doesn't matter. I booked the match. I remember
Oh,
that.
no, because Orndorff ran the match. Mm-hmm. Remember, he didn't even let Hogan in. He just ran the whole match and took them both on. And Hogan's like, "What the hell's going
He
on?"
kept reaching for the tag. I remember
Right,
that.
and
Wow.
then it happened.
Fantastic.
Oh, great wrestling.
Fantastic.
I'm
Those were
sorry.
the days. You know, Jim Cornette on his podcast always says, you know, people are complaining. Why do you always talk about the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and say
'Cause the
when wrestling
stories
was
were
good?
real.
Exactly, because you bought the concept. There are certain stories today I can buy. Like, I'll buy Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns. I'll buy AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, because they want to prove they're the best. I can't buy John Cena, Rusev, no matter how hard I try.
I think this is what it is. Okay, it's like watching older science fiction movies. You
A
look at
listener
it.
says
this-
that compared to nowadays, LOL.
Yeah, right? Seriously, go listen to Jim Cornette's podcast.
special effects in older sci-fi movies, you watch them and you know it's like, wow, they do some better stuff now. But it's like you kind of like the original Star Wars trilogy versus the prequels. You watch them and you're just like, wow, they put so much more work
The
into the
effort was
original
there.
trilogy.
Exactly.
Not knocking the computer people that do these things. I'm sure they work really, really hard. But it's like when you think of all the
right.
hands that touch the models and everything.
Right. Now,
So
you
you-
think about it. Hot topic, real quick.
Yeah.
In the last, we've been in this decade for 17 years, or this century. Can you give me one match that has stood by you all this time? And I know I've flittered in and out. One 5-star match that has stayed with you from 2000 till today.
It's always going to be one match. If I have to
One
pick,
match.
If I have to pick one, oh man.
From the last 17 years.
All right, so I'll flip because there's two that I gotta.
Because I can think of one, but both guys are from the bygone era. Bless you.
Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, first ladder match ever.
That was in the 90s. That was last century.
Oh, that would count as last.
Yeah,
century,
it would.
Yeah, because I was thinking
there.
of the Hitman Stone Cold match.
That was my
that's
second
the
one.
last
That was my
century.
second
That's
one.
in the
Yeah, that
90s.
was my. That
See
was my
how
second
you see
one.
how it's going back?
No,
and
it
people-
always does. It always does.
Well, you know what it is though. In wrestling's defense, the turn of the century, like just WWE was starting to crumble
Well,
because what was the other WCW
WCW
was starting to
Behind
take
30
it.
seconds.
They were starting to take the market share. It wasn't that they brought in the era attitude and really stepped it up.
for me,
you know?
it was Chris Jericho against the man who shall not be named in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship, and the man who shall not be named put on a Boston Crab over the top of the ladder, and for 40 minutes they took you on a ride, psychologically, sports-wise, etc.
Yeah.
And it was easily the best match I've seen in the last 17 years.
That sounds an awful lot like that time in WrestleMania 3 where Andre just levitated off the ground and body slammed himself.
I'll tell you what. 17. I'll give it to Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar when Brock
Ooh.
Lesnar almost broke his fucking neck
With the
doing
shooting
that
star.
shooting star press. I made fun of that match.
You've mentioned that more than once on the show.
I made fun of that match going in. That's the reason why, because I made fun of that match going in. I was like, dude, he ain't even gonna compare to Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's gonna run, circles around him, and they ended up having, in my opinion, a great technical match. Like I think at
Mixed
that point
in
it
with the
really showed.
professional
Yeah,
style.
it really showed what Brock was capable of, and that's why it pisses me off that he does get involved in the MMA as much as he does, because he can own wrestling. If he really just dedicated his time to it, he could own wrestling.
Absolutely.
He could be the next one.
2 comments just came in. 2 votes is TLC match, Dudley's versus Edge and Christian versus the Hardys.
Always.
The other
Every one
one-
of their matches.
The other one is Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania.
By that.
The other one that I had on my list for the last decade was Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair at WrestleMania. How do you not look at that match if you've seen it and say this was badass? What's going on over there on the
What do
Twitter?
we got a shadow right
Oh, you want a little?
No, it looked like we had a little company here. You see
I
that?
had to tuck my weenie in so it's coming out the
Did you
backside.
see the shadow back here? It looked
I
like we
do.
had some company back there.
Wow,
man.
we got a
somebody
ghost.
visiting us.
All right, so let's go on to number 3 on the best tag teams.
I think that
of
IPA
all
just
time.
kicked in, bro.
Think
Loving
so?
it,
No, I
man.
saw it. I can see it on
Uh,
my feed now. We got like a little shadow.
So here we
going
go.
over
Number 3, just like Justin Timberlake brought sexy back, in my opinion, these two brought wrestling back to the centerfold right when they needed it most. The Outsiders, Hall and Nash, pulled the wool over everybody's eyes and pulled the biggest, incredible upset. I mean, you had who was it at the time?
Rick and
Lex
Scott-
Luger. Hold on.
Luger and
no,
Sting.
going against him. Yeah.
Oh, Luger, Sting, and Savage.
Savage. All going against him, and you didn't stand a chance against these guys, and even they were acting scared. You're like, oh no, who could you possibly have?
I can
that
see
would
the
pull it
hearts
off?
rolling up on the Twitter.
I
They're
know.
liking this right now.
Who can you have other than this? And Hogan comes rolling out. Who else besides Hall and Nash could have pulled it off?
You know, the one
and
thing-
I will say this before I let you take this over.
Sure.
Most people will say, "Oh, they were gimmick. They were gimmick." No, they
weren't gimmick.
The
They were
WWE
best friends.
was a gimmick when they pulled out their Diesel and Razor Ramon tag team. That was a gimmick because they saw what
The
the
fakes.
Outsiders had. You had the muscle in Kevin Nash. You had the sass and the speed in Razor Ramon, who still had incredible power as well. I mean, to take somebody in what he called the last call, which is basically just your overflipped. I mean, that was one of his signature moves.
That Razor's Edge was badass.
Dude, the Razor's
I don't
Edge
care
was
what they
badass,
called
but-
it when he was an outsider. That to me, that's always going
The
to be
Outsider's
the Razor's
Edge, right,
That,
yeah, the Outsider's
that-
Edge.
In Japan, they call it like the waterfall, whatever.
Right.
I'm not Japanese. I don't.
But
give a
when he
fuck.
put him up, dude, and he sit there with that smile, you know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And just fucking
Crash.
drop. You're going down, Chico. Like, dude, he was just that team was and they owned it. They owned it, and then everybody started watching wrestling again. And then the Attitude Era grabbed on to people and never let go. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I can't argue with that. For me, those two ushered in. They were just irreverent badasses.
Yeah.
You know, any team that went up against them, the Steiner brothers, Sting and Luger, Harlem Heat.
The best part is
Flair
they
and
always
Arn
thought-
Anderson.
They always thought, oh, they're going to cheat, and sometimes they did. Sometimes,
more often
for
than not,
the
just sheer
most
muscle.
time, yes, for the most, especially probably about 3 months after they started hitting it big, they were really beating people's asses.
And
you know?
real quick, before we go any further, I don't know how many of you guys saw the news today. Ric Flair is in some real serious shape.
Yeah, I had a couple people asking about that.
I want to send some love out to Ric Flair and his family. The last word I heard was he was in a medically induced coma, just come out of surgery, and it's a wait-and-see thing for right now. So let's give a shout-out to the Nature Boy, one of my favorites. We have an autographed Nature Boy DVD in our box of gimmicks for SummerSlam raffle at the deck. Number 3 for me is easy. They were both just big, beefy motherfuckers who blew through people and crushed people, but they had a style all their own. It's the Pitbulls from ECW. Gary Wolf and
I knew they
Tony
were going to be on your
Durante.
list. I didn't even touch that.
Right. Watching the Pitbulls back in the day was it was a lot like watching the Road Warriors, but with a little bit more of a 90s twist to it. And they really were. The Pitbulls were the Road Warriors of the 90s. Here they are with the chains and the leather. They come out and that super bomb. Let's not forget, when you put Anthony up on the top rope and Gary puts the guy on his shoulders and they power bomb you from the top rope. I don't care who you are. Oh, wrestling's fake. Take a super bomb. Get back
Well, I
to
was
me.
going to say, now everybody does a super bomb, but at the time, that was there.
It
you
was
know what I'm saying?
the shit
It's
back in
it's
the
just
day.
like when the Dudley Boys brought out the 3D. It was everybody in the that was everybody's move when it first came out. 3D.
Well, the 3D, or depending on, it was a tag team Diamond Cutter or RKO, but
Yeah.
it was still pretty badass,
Yeah.
and they were the first to do it back in ECW. But yeah, I'll throw the Dudleys on that list of innovative tag teams, but for me, number 3 easily goes to the
Right.
Pitbulls.
Who you got for number 3?
I don't know if this counts, and I'm hazy on the details, but I used to like them as a kid. They're the only ones I used to watch outside of WWF. Was it the Four Horsemen? I think it was.
They were
Four
already,
Horsemen.
2 of them were on my list, man.
Well,
Brain
Tully
Busters.
Blanchard and Arn Anderson, baby.
I was
Brain
gonna
Buster.
say, like, all 4 of them I thought were like pretty top notch. So
Absolutely.
It's like, I've seen them. I saw them in matches with all of them, and it was like it was crazy what they had.
Yeah.
Let me see if I had a runner up for top 3. It would have to be like the Machines.
Okay, I'll buy the Machines.
I knew what it was.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Well, the 2 that nobody knew, and if I'm breaking any sort of childhood bullshit here, sorry, not sorry. One was Bill Eadie from Demolition,
Yep.
who was the Masked Superstar before. The other one was Blackjack Mulligan, who they did a little cover-up on his tattoos, so you didn't know it was Blackjack Mulligan.
that's what I liked. It was that rotating machine.
Yeah,
thing
but then they
that
had
came
the
in.
Giant Machine, the Hulk Machine, the
Yeah.
Animal Machine, where
Yeah.
George Steele put on a mask and you could still see his body
Piper
throw.
Machine.
The
Yeah.
Piper Machine, all of them. It was fun, and that's great.
I just the best thing I loved about that. Obviously, they were all great wrestlers, but like the way Bobby Heenan would lose his shit.
Oh, yeah.
scream, and it was like they didn't even play around. He's like, "That is fucking Andre the Giant.
Yup.
He is supposed to be suspended." Like, he's like flipping out. In the meantime, the machines are like just tossing people around.
Yep.
It's like,
right?
Yeah.
That's pretty badass. So let's move on to number 2, my friend.
All right, hold on. I
You had a
got
comment?
Matt here from Connor Promotions. He's not home, but
He's not home.
he wants to try to call in today, and we're on right now, so
I'll tell you.
we'll see,
wanna-
buddy.
How about after the best 5, we bring him
Well,
on?
he's not home yet, is what he's saying.
Oh,
So,
well, then we'll wait till he's home, because
Janelle back in the house. Thank you for joining us.
let's just do it. Number 2, my friend.
Number 2. Okay. I'm gonna probably get some flack for this, but I don't care. And I do consider them best I do, like I said, best tag team. Don't make no mistake about it. All these people on this list are my idea of the best tag teams. Edge and Christian.
Okay.
Sorry, from just, I know a lot of people are gonna be Hardy Boys this and Hardy Boys that, but look, let's be honest. Without Edge and Christian, you don't have no Hardy Boys. You don't have no Dudley Boys. You don't have no tag team at all.
On that level,
Back
I'll buy
then.
it. I'll buy it.
The tag team was really weak back then.
I think all
let's-
3 of them had a hand in it, but E and C.
You gotta
another
think,
level.
the Dudley Boys go out and they kick ass. The Hardy Boys go out, they kick ass. Edge and Christian come out and they're wearing these cowboy hats and they're doing this stupid gimmick thing and they're 30-second profile. Here's selfie time. You know what I'm saying? They made it fun
The
again.
5-second pose
The
was my
5-second
favorite.
pose. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and those of you
Yeah.
in the studio
Flash
audience right
photography.
now, flash photography, 5-second pose. I mean, you can't beat that, dude. Those guys were fucking. They made you laugh. I mean, and even when they joined the Brood and they did their whole little thing, they were still a cohesive unit. They were still a great tag
The
team.
best thing about that is they weren't brothers, but they were lifelong friends. I think they met when they were 10 years old.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
And then they're both in the WWF at the time. Now
at the,
WWE.
at the same time, too.
They both went on to be tag team champions together
Yep.
and separately. They went on to be world champions separately.
Andrew DeCarlis says they reeked of awesome.
Yes,
They
they
did reek
did.
of awesome.
I had that T-shirt, by the way. On the front just said Edge and Christian. It was
Janelle
yellow.
says they were hot, too.
Well, I'll buy it. But
For how much?
right. When $1.
$1.
When you mention those three teams, and they really did bring tag team wrestling back at that time. The Dudleys were doing great in ECW, but they were a niche. And then when they came to WWE, they kind of
Blew up.
They blew up, but they were kind of like at some point they hit a certain spot and they stayed there. Hardy, same thing. They came out, everybody loved them. The girls loved them especially, but then they hit a certain spot and they just hung there. And then here comes Edge and Christian, and you put those three teams together, 6 guys, and they like somebody mentioned earlier the TLC ladder match between all 3 teams that blew all 3 of them through the roof. Look where they've gone.
Oh, yeah.
Devon, Bubba, Edge, Christian, Matt, Jeff, all of them, singularly or together, stars.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Amazing. Great choice. Number 2 for me is, a lot of people might have thought this would be number 1, but I'm going to go, Bobby Eaton, Stan Lane, motherfucker, the Midnight Express, god damn it.
I knew that was going to be on your list as well. That's
2-time
another reason why-
NWA champs, 2-time U.S. champs, first team ever. And I know, once again, don't pelt me with the whole it's fake bullshit. There's the first tag team ever to hold both major tag team titles in the NWA at the same time. Not the Road Warriors, not the Steiners, not the Horsemen, the Midnight Express. You had Bobby Eaton, who could do anything. Anything. And you had Stan Lane, who was the good-looking guy. The chicks dug him. Bobby Eaton looked like a road slug, but he could work his ass off. You had something for everybody. They were, seriously, up until maybe mid-98, that was my favorite team, and then something happened, and my number 1 team eclipsed them. However, for me, the Midnight Express is, if they're not number 1, they're number 1A. Because we're doing a top 5, they're number 2.
Gotcha
Midnight
there.
Express,
I
Bobby
gotcha
and
there.
Stan Lane.
I got nothing.
God damn it, motherfucker. Bobby and Stan
No
Lane.
disagreements for me. You got
Best
2
goddamn team ever, motherfucker.
What do you got?
Don't cut me off, god damn
You
it.
both are going to make fun of me, but
Yeah, we are.
We have been.
I just think these guys are so fucking awesome, and I've been watching a lot of like their matches because I just think they're hysterical. I'm going to say the Vaudevillains.
Ooh, wow, sleeper pick.
I just fucking
and they're
love,
they no longer exist, unfortunately, as of 3 weeks ago.
I know it. Like I just love their shtick.
Isn't it
No,
great?
it was great.
And like when you hear them talk individually, and they're pricks, but they're proper, and it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that is fucking awesome, and
Yeah.
it's like that whole fighter pugilist thing is like, I love it.
Fantastic
Nice.
drop in. Wow. I would have never in a million years put the Vaudevillains on either of these lists. They might have bubbled somewhere in between. And when we get to the worst 5, I would love to put the Ascension on that list, but they haven't been together long enough, so fuck them. They're Road Warrior ripoffs. But
The Road Warrior ripoffs.
fuck them. All right, now, you've heard the rest. Now hear the best. The number 1 tag team of Loki and Jabroni and Focus, starting with my man, Loki.
Sorry, without a doubt, there's no thought process at all going into this. Simply got to be, if you have ever, like I opened the show up, you always dream if you could do anything with your brother. Winning the tag team belts is probably one of the coolest things you can ever do in your lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
The Steiner brothers have done that. They have done that and more. They have been through every wrestling organization, have won every single freaking tag team belt from every single organization.
It's funny how I didn't have the Steiners on here. I don't know how I missed them, but
Well, like I said, there's some people that are not on my list because I knew they were going to kind of be there. But in my opinion, the Steiners deserve to be there. Now, when they got taken into the WCW, they were a very solid tag team. The problem was Big Papa Pump turned into Big Papa Pump.
Ego.
Exactly. His ego got too big, and he lost the team and therefore lost everything that made him as a wrestler. Scott Steiner, you're nothing without Rick. Rick, you're nothing without Scott. Together, you are the greatest tag
magic.
team ever.
They were both mid-card guys before they got together. And then when they split, obviously Rick was a little older. He's the older brother.
Yeah.
So he kind of faded into obscurity. And by obscurity, I mean he ran for city council. He's ran for Board of Education. He's got a great real estate business. Scott just went on and tried to keep Big Papa Pump rolling until 2 years ago when he bought a Shoney's in Georgia.
Once he became Big Papa Pump, we knew it was over.
Yeah,
we knew it was
ego
over.
got underneath Scott.
I mean, how many people bit into that ego? Buff Bagwell, Lex Luger, all these people that got turned to the NWO and just got this huge ego because they were on this ego train,
and they never let it go.
Exactly, and that was a problem with Big Papa Pump is he thought he was too good. As I said, he's nothing without Rick and vice versa. And you put them together, and I don't care who you are, you have a hell of a match when you face the Steiners.
Somebody remind me at some point, I'll post the interview I did with Scott Steiner for WrestlingOnline.com on our page in 2004, where it wasn't like your typical, I'm going out there tonight and I'm facing Steve Corino and I'm going to win. No, this was me and him talking in a locker room, and he basically admitted, I'm an asshole. I said, Why the change from Scott Steiner with the mullet and the all-American good looks to Big Papa Pump? He's like, basically, I realized I hate people and everybody fucking sucks. Wow. If I didn't have 10 more minutes on this tape, interview over, but I'm being paid to do this. Let me finish your thought. Soured me immediately on
like
Scott
I said,
Steiner.
Individually, I can't give it to him as wrestlers. I mean, no,
could.
Don't let me reinstate that because he was a world champion, and I even think they gave the fucking belt to Rick, if I'm not fucking mistaken.
Almost.
Oh, it was almost. That's what it was. Regardless, they're great wrestlers, but they were a tag team gimmick from day one. Get that through your head, number one. When you realize that you're supposed to be something, you stick with it. You stick with what works. I understand at the end of the day, it is about holding that championship gold, but let's be honest. Tag team championship fucking gold is pretty damn badass, and there are some great tag teams that are just on my list that I wouldn't mind being in the spotlight because each one of these have held the belts.
Amen. And when you go to that, here's a team that for the first 6 months of their career they were singles.
What's up, Enrique? I think I said that right.
I think you did. They were singles. They did their thing, but they were lifelong friends, and eventually became.
Janelle's giving me mad hearts over here.
Good. Continue the hearts. They were friends growing up, and then when they got in the wrestling business, they went their little separate ways for about 6-7 months, and when they came back together, they created the greatest tag team, in my opinion, of all time. AWA, WWF, NWA, WCW, IWGP in Japan champions. No one will ever touch Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors, in my opinion. They set the tone for what a good tag team should be. From 1983 until Hawk died in 2013, these guys were a team. Yes, there were bumps in the road where they split off for a year and they come back together. They never turned on each other. They were always brothers. They did the right thing. And if anybody wants to go back in the archives and find the interview with Joe Laurinaitis, Road Warrior Animal, he talks about that in the interview right here with us.
Great interview.
That, to me, I can still remember.
We had the message earlier, and I said that. Just want anybody to know I'm not taking Road Warriors.
Yep.
So if you want to take them, please put them on your list because they do deserve to be there. This is one of those teams that was definitely should have been on my list, but I knew it was going to be on somebody else's list, and I let it fly.
To me, that's what it was. It was the Road Warriors. Much like you can go back and talk about the Pitbulls being, friends for a long time and brothers and doing their thing. And we're going to recap our top 5 before we take a break and get Eddie's number 1. But the Road Warriors.
We gotta get Eddie's number 1, and then we're gonna do debate real quick, and then we'll take our little
Absolutely. To me, brothers, whether you're blood brothers or
Right.
just friendly
Like I
brothers
said,
like us.
the best thing you can ever do with your brother is hold that title
Absolutely.
straight up and just know that you did that together. It was because of you two together that
Right.
that was formed.
Ed, number one.
I knew my number one right off the rip the minute you guys mentioned this whole thing. It'll always be the number one. I'll never change this no matter who comes along. I don't care because it's also one of my favorite. One half of it is my favorite wrestler of all time, and that's the British Bulldogs.
Wow, nice. Good
I do
call.
like British Bulldogs.
Dynamite Kid is my favorite wrestler of all
Wow.
time.
Listener Ricky Slade just brought up Killer Bees.
Killer Bees were
Great,
good.
great,
Very good.
Great tag team. Like I said, if we had a top 10 list, maybe I'd throw them on there.
I don't know.
Demolition minus Crush. We'll go with it.
I'm not saying a word about Demolition till later.
I think Demolition was a cheap Road Warrior.
Yes.
I think the British Bulldogs are everything that's great about technical wrestling, without being too over the top. But they're like everything you could want. They're good looking guys. They're fit. They're athletic.
Their
the matches were
outfits
exciting.
were fucking
Horrible.
incredible.
They were horrible.
I love those
Are you
tights.
serious? When they came out with the sequin freaking...
See, I like the capes, but until they got the capes, it was like the nondescript baby blue freaking singlet. No.
Those are United
I'll
Kingdom.
say this. I'll say
and
this.
Matilda?
Yeah,
Matilda was
you had to
badass.
love Matilda.
Nobody
Come on.
fucks with Matilda.
No,
The
that
British
was-
Bulldogs were a team. The British Bulldogs were a team before the Hart Foundation. So I'll say the British Bulldogs were the Hart Foundation before the Hart Foundation was cool.
Yeah, but the Hart Foundation
The Hart Foundation
was
British
cool.
Bulldog
So-
One of the
rivalry,
best
greatest
rivalries
of
ever.
all time.
Yankees,
And it went
Red
on
Sox
for,
of tag
went on
teams.
for years.
until he joined the Hart Foundation.
Right. But you have to almost do that.
But
when
you had
you're
you
married
had
to the
you had
family.
like the super
Something burning.
springy. It smells like it.
Something's burning.
You have the super springy, athletic Dynamite Kid with the strong armed Davey Boy Smith. It was like the perfect team.
All right. So
Sure,
recapping.
the house isn't burning down.
Yeah, he's gonna check the house.
We can run a break real quick.
You want to run a break real
We'll
quick?
just run a break real quick.
All right. Stay
No,
tuned. We're
stay
gonna
real quick one, guys.
we're gonna recap our top 5 when we come back.
as soon
and
as
then-
as long as we know we're not getting burned alive first, and we'll be back.
Right.
I'm just wild about animal crackers, animal crackers. I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers on the old days. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off. I'm just wild about animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers on the old days. And whenever I am at a swell they say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get on.
And we're back, and we're not burning.
No, we're not burning down. We're actually safe. Everybody is safe, except for him. He's burning.
I stopped, I dropped, and I rolled. That was all there is to it.
All right, so we have 3 number ones. All right, we'll break down real quick.
Let me write down the number ones while we're here. Oh, shit, Emma took my pen.
So we'll break down my 5. Here we go.
Okay.
5, Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov. 4, Natural Disasters. 3, The Outsiders, Edge and Christian number 2. And last but not least, the Steiner Brothers at number 1 for me.
Now, Eddie won't remember all of his top 5, but I'll bring you mine. We remember his number 1.
Right.
And that's important. For me, number 5 was the Hart Foundation. Number 4 was Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. Number 3, the Pitbulls. Number 2, the Midnight Express of Bob Eaton and Stan Lane. And number 1 was the Road Warriors. And your number 1 was?
Well, my number 5 was Junkyard Dog and
Hillbilly Jim.
Remember the Machines were in there somewhere,
the Machines
too.
Were like,
the Machines were number 3, I think.
Possibly.
Number 2 was
Hogan and Savage.
No, Hogan and
no.
My
Hogan
number 4 was Hogan and Orndorff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 3 was
I got Ricky Slade saying the Pitbulls. No idea.
Really? Go to your Google your YouTube machine. Look up the Pitbulls versus Raven and Stevie Richards, and come back to me. Gary Wolf has been episode 18, and he was on the Concussion episode. He's also on a WrestleMania episode. Gary Wolf's been here more times than us, so look him up.
Number 3 was the Machines. Number 2 is the Vaudevillains, and number 1 is the British Bulldogs.
Okay, so let's make a case for our number 1s, starting with Loki.
So I'm gonna go. I got to go with the Road Warriors. I know I picked the Steiner Brothers. Harlem Heat. I like Harlem Heat, but they didn't have the run that a lot of these people have going on this list that I have, anyways. The Road Warriors have literally done it all. They have seen it all, and they continue to do it. Even after they were kind of thrown out in the mix, and they tried to bring them back, and before they lost Hawk, they were just an incredible tag team. That's, like I said, there's nothing that they haven't done. There's nothing that they haven't accomplished.
Right,
and there's nothing that they couldn't do. Plus, who can't say anything about their
even before that,
and
when
then,
they were in the NWA, it was Iron Man by Ozzy Osbourne. You're
Right.
like, thunk, thunk, thunk. And you knew shit was on.
Yep. They come out and they got their frickin' shoulder Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, whatever you want to call them, you know who they are. They were the ones who affiliated tag team and greatness.
You know what? Funny thing is I'm looking at the feed. We're getting hearts and we're getting thumbs up, and you know where they're coming from? Candy Capaferri, who is the girlfriend of Gary Wolf.
Yep.
So, swig a beer to you, Candy. Thank you for giving us
what's going on,
Pitbull
Vic? How you
as
doing?
many times as you've given him to us for the podcast. He's going to be back. We always love having Gary here.
Absolutely.
Swig a beer to Gary real quick.
Like I said, I love the fact that the Steiners are what they are. Ed, no offense to...
In a different world, I think the Steiners could definitely eclipse the Road Warriors based on, they had
knowledge of each
They
other.
had every piece of the puzzle you could have wanted. Strength, speed, skill, all of it. but none of it makes any shit of difference if Hawk and Animal don't hook up in 1983 in Georgia and just for the next 20 years.
None of it makes a shit of difference if you turn around. We had Hall and Nash already in there. Outsiders number
Hall
3,
and Nash
man.
were number 3 on his list.
on my list. You can't take the fact that these guys are going down the exact same path that the Road Warriors are, but one thing hit a brick: Ego and Scott Steiner. That's the only thing that stopped these guys from becoming the greatest and number 1 on my list, but the greatest tag team ever.
Candy says the Pitbulls beat the Steiners in ECW, so we're going to give a little credit to that. Jeff comes in and says Demolition had the titles longer than anyone until this year. That's in the WWF/WWE. We'll get to Demolition before you know it. Trust me, they're coming. I forgot where I was going with this because of Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. You totally... so the Steiners had all these things that make a great team great, but none of it makes a shit of difference if the Road Warriors don't revolutionize tag team wrestling, because back in the early 80s to the mid-80s, it was 2 guys, sometimes a guy at the end of his career and a guy at the beginning of his career. Tony Gurria and Rick Martel, Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito, Jay Strongbow and Jules Strongbow. It was one guy.
Greg Valentine, Bruce Beefcake.
Thank you. Yeah. It was a guy at the end of his career and a guy at the beginning of his career, and you're trying to give a rub to the lower guy. So
no, we are not doubting that Demolition did not have a crazy run. Keep that in mind.
They did have a crazy run.
Absolutely saying that.
Trust me, I'm going to get to it.
We had the Rockers.
Welcome, Mark.
We spoke on the Rockers for a specific reason. There's a lot of tag teams around then when they were coming around. And
we're going to get to the Rockers in a minute.
Absolutely.
Rockers, Demolition.
They're coming around. So, end of the day, I will have to give it to Road Warriors.
Make your argument for the Bulldogs and see if you can change our minds about the Road Warriors.
Sure. Right from the beginning, let's talk technically. You take any wrestler, and the British Bulldogs can do it better. You had Dynamite Kid. Everything he did was intense. He did a snap suplex to King Kong Bundy, of all people.
I know. I remember that. Cripes, that's good.
To his own detriment later in life, executing some of those intense moves.
Really fucked him.
It did, But you couldn't match his intense. I'll say he was probably he was almost like Shawn Michaels before Shawn Michaels was a thing. He was pretty.
He was Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Before Daniel Bryan.
He was he who shall not be named before he who shall not be named.
He's not even a wrestler.
Yes, he is. And that one. Because
you have too many he shall not be named.
Only have 2. One of them I can say, which is Gene Simmons, and the other one I can't because we still have WWE as an affiliate link, so I can't say Crispin.
Anyway, moving on. You're kicked out of those forums, remember?
I know. All of them, because I tell the truth.
Then you had Davey Boy Smith, who was raw power.
And the muscle and the mass.
Right. It was agility and power, and I don't know, they just had that kind of physical charisma in that aspect. Now, also, you mentioned Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, and they would sing the anthem and everything like that. Even though they were... portrayed.
It was heat, but it was cheap heat.
They were portrayed as United Kingdom, London, British Bulldogs,
they're both from England.
But matches with Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik, if they're singing the anthem, they ran to the ring, and they stopped them.
Absolutely.
And they knew how to get the crowd pumped like everybody else. And
one for your YouTube machine. Candy says Pitbulls versus British Bulldogs in New Zealand, 1989. Look it up. Great match.
Great.
I will.
Awesome.
Check that out. That sounds badass.
Absolutely. So,
and I think here's the thing. I think the British Bulldogs pulled it off before the glitz, the glam, and the special effects. And I think if
I'm not mistaken, though, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look at it.
Good.
But I think they have met each other.
Oh, the Road Warriors and the Bulldogs? Oh, I'd have to look that up. That could be a Japanese thing.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they have been bested by the Road Warriors.
So right now, no offense, Ed's going to the Google machine.
Like I said, it's my favorite wrestler and Dynamite Kid.
Yeah.
And I just think it was the best tag team of the time.
So you're going to go home and kill your family tonight? I'm playing. I'm playing!
Jesus.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You're not supposed
See?
to mention him.
I didn't mention anybody. Anyhow, so
But that's my case. I mean, the wrestling execution was perfect.
they were great.
The personalities were perfect.
If we made a top 20 list, the Bulldogs are easily, if they're not in the top 10, they're at the cusp of the top 10. I'll buy into everything you're saying, but
it's showing up in the search here: British Bulldogs versus Road Warriors.
okay, we'll have to look at that. And we also want to find out about Pit Bulls versus British Bulldogs. Guys, make sure you go look at that. Eric says trigger warning because I almost mentioned he who shall not be named.
Almost.
So we're almost
All right,
in
so
agreement.
I'm going to flip this.
2/3 says the Road Warriors.
2/3. I
right.
still stick with the Road Warriors. Like I said, I'm almost positive that they have bested the British Bulldogs on numerous occasions.
Okay.
I'm looking at the Iron Sheik Volkov match with the British
Oh,
Bulldogs.
wow. All right.
There you go.
Let's go to the worst 5 tag teams of all time.
So I'm going to start off and just blow you guys' fucking brains with this one. So here we go. The Mexicools with Juven Stooge Guerrera and Super Crazy. All right, now there was a time in WCW when all these fucking luchadors decided to take their fucking masks off and run around, and let me tell you, half of them needed to put those fucking masks back on. Juven Stooge Guerrera was one of them. Trust me when I tell you this. And when they made the tag team known as the Mexicools, things just got worse. Now,
it was terrible. They rode to the ring on a John Deere riding lawnmower.
Thank you.
Fuck.
Are you not? First of all, you're making fun of your own nationality. It's
fuck.
You disrespect by taking your masks off in the first place. Then you go,
which in
rolling
Mexico
down.
is like freaking
It is
holy. It's holy.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
The match never happened.
What match?
Bulldogs versus Road Warriors never happened.
Really?
It was a dream. There are people here though that said it was a dream match, like they wanted to see it. Never actually happened.
All right.
That was a
so again,
But
this
there's
is
like
where
threads and threads about it. People.
this is where the debate can
See, there you
rage
go.
on.
That's
And for
nice,
you,
yeah.
the listener, seriously, as we go along, we're all
Keep it
reading
going,
the comments. British Bulldogs or Road Warriors? You choose the greatest of all time. Talk to us. Continue on.
Individually, these guys were great wrestlers. Juven Stooge Guerrera comes out of nowhere with the 450 splash. Warlord and Haku? I don't know. I'm not into I'm not into the whole I guess Conan shit. They were very Conan-ish.
Conan, to me, I got. If we ever do a list of like the worst 10 wrestlers of all time, Conan is like 1, 3, 7, and 9.
Oh Jesus!
I don't dislike his work was great. It's just he thought too much of himself. And
he was stuck on himself.
I'll tell you, if we ever do that, I'll tell you about the time I met him at an ECW show, and he was just a cocksucker.
Hey, Techno Viking, what's going on? It's Portugal Viking.
Mark says, "Hey bros, I'm at the bar in Georgia, enjoying a Johnette Bloody Mary."
Johnette, huh?
All right.
I don't know what a Johnette Bloody Mary. So, anyways, that's number 5 for me. The Mexicools, absolute terrible tag team.
All right, let me shock you guys. And I know this is going to catch some heat. The number 5 worst tag team of all time, in my opinion, is the Rockers. Seriously. You have 2 guys with the same style. We talked about the Rock and Roll Express. We talked about this. Anybody who's ever watched a Rockers match, and you can go back to the AWA with the Midnight Rockers, there was 1 star. And I'm not pissing on Marty Jannetty here. I'm not. Marty Jannetty was a solid worker. Marty Jannetty has an Intercontinental Championship under his belt. Why? Because he is that good. But when you have a guy that is that much better, and I'm not pissing on Marty Jannetty, but that team shouldn't have been as pushed as hard as they were because Shawn was easily the workhorse and Marty kind of, as good as he was, and let's be honest, Marty Jannetty was really fucking good. Marty Jannetty kind of came along for the ride.
Right.
So, and Big Matt says, make sure you tell him that, Jabroni, when you're sitting next to him on Saturday. Trust me, I will, because I have a lot of good things to say about Marty Jannetty, which I've already said, but I'm going to say a few more. Marty Jannetty had the psychology. Marty Jannetty had the physical ability and the technical knowledge. But when you put B with A, you really kind of only have one way to go, and that's Splitsville. It's not like the Road Warriors. They were both equally
Emma
awesome.
just did a wrestling move on
Do I have to go up and kill her? Do I have to go upstairs and kill my own daughter?
Apparently.
Mother of pearl.
He just did a wrestling move. She just did a wrestling move to Evan and slammed his arm.
I'm going to go break her face. Anyway, you can't have an A and a B in a tag team. You have to have guys with similar work ethic, knowledge, skill
on,
set.
Light?
Steiner Brothers, Road Warriors, British Bulldogs. You have to have guys that equally can be vetted in a similar direction.
Right.
Unfortunately, with the Rockers, you had an A and you had a B. Candy says Marty was nuts and still is, and she knows because she's friends with a lot of them. Janelle says, no, I don't have to go upstairs and kill my daughter.
Rick says,
at the end of
axe the Google machine.
Axe the Google machine?
We already did.
Whatever. That's my number 5 is the Rockers. I love them as a team because they were fun to watch, but if you're going to make a list, they really come in for me as you have A and B teaming together. And
Stickman, what's up?
It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Ed, you got a bad?
I do, and I think like Chris's choice, I'm probably going to get shit for this one, but I honestly have never really cared for them. The Killer Bees.
Oh God, we're going.
There we go.
We're gonna. Chris Anino's
There
coming
we
after
go.
you right now.
I'm sorry. I was
There
not,
we go.
I was not entertained by them, and here's the thing. I'm a hard sell on that masked tag team thing or whatever. I'm a hard sell on that. And when they did certain things like put a Killer Bees mask on Coco Beware and like and try to pretend to switch places.
I mean, that's just been going on. The machines, the
Right.
Bellas. You know what I'm saying? That
I know.
stuff.
I just feel like with the Killer Bees, they just made bad choices with them, but I don't really think they were ever sold in a way that I like.
I think they were always pushed as less than. I mean, could
I
the
agree.
Killer Bees
I
and
agree.
Strike Force had a great match? Yes. Could the Killer Bees and Sheik and Volkov had a great match? Yes. But I think the Killer Bees were always used as a team that just.
Right.
Again, you put on the mask. They come to the ring and they look the same. They're built the same. Brunzell and Blair were always the same size. They
Yeah.
put on the masks. All of a sudden, oh shit, we don't know. Except for the fact the fucking mullet hung out on Brian Blair's mask.
Ricky, we're doing
that-
worse wrestlers.
That shtick though maybe it got really tired on me. And plus, like I don't know if you remember, there was a time they beat the Hart Foundation when they were the champions. Do you
Yeah, and
remember
a non-title Saturday Night's Main Event
and
type
the
gimmick.
title match never happened to
Right.
my knowledge.
Not that I'm aware of.
So it was like they don't care about these guys. I don't care about these guys. You know, I'm sorry, folks. I didn't like the Killer Bees.
I
That's
would
my
have,
5.
and from the peanut gallery, Matt says I would have rather have seen the New Rockers on the list. Actually, their styles
The
and
new- I was
their
gonna say-
position.
New Rockers, Al Snow is a little different than.
But they were positioned the same, and their skill set were the same. And if you look at it, and I don't want to piss on Marty Jannetty. I like Marty Jannetty. I don't want to piss on Al Snow. I like Al Snow. But you can't have A and B together. You have to have A and A or B and B. You have to have two like positions that go well together. Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, same thing. They were both B guys. No offense, they were never pushed to the world title.
Right.
But they were always in the hunt for the secondaries, and when you put them together as a tag team, Candy says, did you just... What?
Did you just talk about loving balls?
I'm not sure what Candy said, but Candy, if you can repeat that in English, I would be greatly appreciated. I think she had something to do with the Bellas.
He's all right. So Ricky brings up a point. He's saying
What's Ricky saying?
Hart Foundation and the Rockers are the same.
Wrong. Hart Foundation was the technical sweet science and the speed in Bret Hart. You had the,
And the
muscle
mad
and the
power.
mass of Anvil.
I
And
agree.
as we said earlier in the show, when Bret Hart was getting his ass handed to him and he got that hot tag and the Anvil
just
came in and
destroyed
cleaned
people.
house,
He just destroyed people.
done and done.
Just destroyed people.
You could say the same with the Road Warriors. Hawk was always the guy that sold everything. Animal was the guy that came in and cleaned house, although their styles were very much the same.
They were very close. Yeah,
But-
exactly. You didn't know which one was the powerhouse and which one was the speedster.
Right. You had to guess. So, having
Right.
said that,
So going around to the number 4, One great wrestler and one all right wrestler form the team known as High Energy. And if you guys
One's a Hall of Famer and one still isn't. How is that fucking justice?
look, if you, I was just about to say the same thing.
Fuck.
One is dead and unfortunately not in the Hall of Fame, and the other one is in the Hall of Fame
And shouldn't be.
and exactly should not be, and is actually a fucking
Didn't we do an episode about the
how
WWE
bad
Hall
he
of Fame
was.
once?
Yeah, and who didn't deserve to bring who didn't
And he was on
deserve
both
it.
our lists.
He was, yeah. Both of us picked Coco Beware as not being in the Hall of Fame because you were terrible. First of all, this was Coco Beware's idea. High Energy was his idea. And then you take Owen Hart and you throw checker flags on him and then bright colored fucking patterns and you make up the team called High Energy.
And then when Coco got fired, what'd they do? They threw Anvil in those pants.
Yeah, exactly. It was a
All right.
joke. What a sad wrestling
So
team.
Candy basically said we're talking about the Bellas. No kayfabe, no talent. That's what she was saying. So
Yeah,
I
the
get it.
Bellas absolutely have no kayfabe, no talent.
No, the whole kayfabe thing is keeping the business hush hush. The talent,
I got
there's no
5%.
way around it.
I need to go get my plug.
They married into their positions. So, wow, good choice by you. What are you looking for? Are you looking at my ass?
No,
You
we
should.
got a plug
It's a
over
nice
here
ass.
and a plug over there, but I'm not gonna be able to plug my phone, and I got like 5%.
I
No, we don't.
I got you hooked up, bro.
hold
Watch,
on.
I'm gonna unplug my shit, and you can plug in your shit. The Beverly Brothers, says Jeff. Nice, but they kind of were pretty good. Oh shit, maybe I can. I got a 6-foot cord. Anyway, Ed.
For number 4,
Yeah. Well, I haven't gotten my number 4 yet. I kind of want to hear yours.
mine was actually High Energy.
Really?
That's around the time I started tuning out, and
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, this is fucking ridiculous. We're going to have to double up a number 4. I'm not giving that one up either. They were terrible.
No,
It was fucking terrible. And the sad thing is, I like Coco Beware. I always thought he was
I
fun.
don't.
I always thought he was fun. But that was just, it seemed like a really bad buddy cop movie.
Oh,
You know, that's what it, and I hate that.
it was
There
low.
no-
it wasn't Tango and Cash, but it was
no-
kind of like Turner and Hooch. Is what you're saying?
Chemistry. No chemistry. Not in the ring, not in the interviews. No chemistry.
No, they really didn't. My number 4, if you're a wrestling aficionado from way back when, you might recognize the name. I have the instigators, the aficionators of Mulkey Mania. I got Randy and Bill Mulkey. And if you don't know who they are, go to your Google machine after this show and look up the Mulkey brothers. They were basically enhancement talent. Wrestling aficionados call them jobbers. They looked terrible. Their work was semi-okay, but they always put over the big names. And I thought if they worked a little harder, if they trained a little harder, if they put a little bit more into what they did, they could have been bigger. Even on a lower level. If you went to a lower circuit, the Mulkey brothers could have been fantastic. But unfortunately, the Mulkey brothers took a big paycheck from Crockett Promotions and the NWA, WCW back in the day, and just let everybody wipe the mat with them. I don't see... they were, seriously, in my opinion, they were the best job tag team ever. But if you're not a historian like me, you won't know the Mulkeys. Go look them up. They weren't that good. They were just kind of there. They had the most minimal training. They did the most minimal work. And at the end of the day, the Mulkey brothers seriously earn number 4 on my list. That's simple. So now, in just a moment...
So we can say number 4 is unanimous, though.
Oh, High Energy. I'll buy High Energy. Absolutely.
That was my number 4 before.
I mean, I will take the Mulkey brothers out of the equation, and I will put High Energy.
Did you really pick High Energy too?
I was
Pitbull-
going to say
Pitbull
that when
says,
you
"What's up,
said
guys?"
it, like, because that's when I started tuning out of wrestling. I was like, because like
It's
I
hard
was
not
saying
to.
earlier, not to repeat myself, I liked Coco Beware, but when I saw the two of them together, I was like, "There's no chemistry
No,
here.
wait.
It's a bad buddy cop movie. It's like, ugh."
High Energy was the rockers of that generation. The rockers are already
Yes,
split.
Matt, we'll give you a call in after we're done with the list.
I don't know.
Seriously, you have an A and a B, and Owen Hart was the A, and Coco Beware was the D. I have got nothing nice to say about Coco Beware.
No way.
I liked him. So.
Jeff says Jay Leno and DDP.
Ghostbuster.
That was a one-off, man. You can't count that, bro. Come on. You can't count
Mr.
that.
T and Hulk Hogan.
Kick out that.
The Pitbull wants to say what's up to you guys.
What's
so
up, Pitbull?
Throw some love.
How you doing, man? Good to have you back.
So where are we at? We're at number 3.
Number 3. You guys are going to love this one. For those of you who are stuck in the WCW train and you just wanted them to get better, but they just continued to suck week after week after week, and then they hit you with this. The West Hollywood Blondes. Yes, that's right. Lenny Lane and Lodi made one of the lamest tag teams come to life, and every week you just wanted to see these fuckers lose, and every week they would somehow win. And it was
these guys.
What a terrible concept.
These guys were good separately. Good.
Yes.
I say good.
Yeah, exactly.
I say
I know
good.
where you're going.
And again,
I
I've never
know
been
where
in the
you're going.
ring. You've never been in the ring. Ed's never been in the ring, except for the time we climbed in the ring when we did
ran
the
around.
cancer
Right,
benefit.
I didn't get to run around the ring, actually.
No, you got to stand in it. I've never been in the ring, but Lenny Lane and Lodi separately were good. They could have been somewhere.
Ricky, West Hollywood Blondes. Look them up
West
right now,
Hollywood.
buddy.
No, the Hollywood Blondes could be easily a top 10 in anybody's
exactly.
book. Steve
No.
Austin, Brian Pillman.
Exactly.
Oh, one of my favorite teams ever.
Exactly.
Are they top
No,
5?
The
No.
West Hollywood Blondes. Look them up. Look them up. Don't forget, people, this is the worst.
This is
This
the worst
is the top
part.
5 worst tag teams. So if you're saying,
Wow, I really can't argue against that.
oh, you didn't think I was bringing the A game today, huh?
Oh, wait till you hear my number 3, brother. Wow, together, separately, they could have been somebody. You throw them together and you throw that terrible gimmick on them, they were just awful. And I remember there was, didn't they have the tag team belts at one time, or they were in contention for the tag team belts?
West
Hollywood Blondes.
Hollywood Blondes.
And
yeah.
then
no, they were in contention.
on
That's what I'm saying.
WCW's.
What their biggest gimmick was, they would win, and you'd be sitting there like, how the fuck did they just do that?
I have to look up in the Death of WCW book, which I lent to you. You read it.
It's
I
right
read
over
it.
there. Yeah, it's a great fucking book. Great
There's
book.
there's a spot in it where on their own website they said the West Hollywood Blondes are no longer the champions because they dropped the gimmick. Like right there on their website, basically telling you everything you're seeing is bullshit.
Right.
Which they're trying to sell you as everything you're seeing is athletic competition.
Yeah, no, there probably was. There's probably a time when I wasn't watching for like 3 weeks and they gave them the belts. Who knows? But no, they I remember with them little sidekick fucking sideburns they had, the bright blonde hair. Oh, they were awful. They were
It was
awful.
terrible.
Russo, good call on Ricky. Just brought up Russo. Man, what a smart
Vince Russo?
Smartest, dumbest motherfucker you'll ever know in your
That's
life.
the
man.
best description of Vince Russo ever. The smartest, dumbest motherfucker on earth.
Ever, dude.
He knew what the people wanted. He didn't know how to deliver it, and it came in like 6-second increments.
Exactly.
Much like the Mark Slaughter interview back in the day, it came in 6-second increments.
Yes.
Not even 6 seconds.
Fuck.
All right. So what do you got for 3?
All right, number 3 is going to piss somebody off, and they're on the live feed now. I got Demolition. I thought they sucked. You have 2 really good workers together, but they ripped off the Road Warriors.
I can't say suck because of how long they held the title for.
I'll buy it, but then again, that's the promotion getting behind them.
No, I hear you.
Was
I
that
hear you.
more of let's create our own Road Warriors, or was that more here's a team that deserves to be seen?
No, they
Someone could
definitely
argue
deserve
it.
to be seen. I mean, let's be honest. They were going.
I'm a crackhead, says Jeff.
they were going off of pretty much the Road Warrior gimmick. They came out with this leather and this freaking the spikes and the paint and the leather mask and all this all this fucking hoopla going on. Like, yeah, they were definitely. Ricky thinks you're an idiot too. So
I might be an idiot, but you know what? We agreed. We all agreed that the Road Warriors were the number 1 team. Now this is their fucking knockoff, and you're going to tell me I'm an idiot? Somewhere in the world, there's not enough beer for me to understand this point
I don't know.
here.
Take a look at that fridge. There's plenty of beer in there right now.
There's not enough.
I just can't put them on the list for the fact of how long they held the title for, and we just brought it up that it was just recently broken, which is
by who?
fucking,
Who? Who? The New Day. Don't you dare be sour. One of my favorite teams. They didn't make my list. You know why? Because they're not
They're
iconic.
still new. They're still new. They're still making a name for themselves. They're doing it.
Thank you.
You just broke the Twitter.
Wait, you know what? Did I break the Twitter? Wait till you see what I got coming from the Eternal Flame at the SummerSlam
You
party.
gotta
I got
call
New
the
Day.
You gotta call that crackhead an idiot and an.
I got New Day unicorn pops, courtesy of the Eternal Flame, coming to the SummerSlam party at the deck,
Ricky says
and the
you
first
like New
20
Day 'cause
people.
they're black.
Wait a minute.
Should I hit the trigger?
Yes, hit the
Trigger
trigger,
the shit out of that.
and then I'll speak.
I'll give it to him. That was good. That was good. Great listener interaction from Ricky on Twitter, man. That was good.
I don't know who you are, Ricky, but I would love to buy you a beer right now. Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, my God.
fucking
No,
awesome.
you know what?
I never thought we'd need a trigger warning for a top 5 wrestling show.
Right? Look, you know why I like the New Day? Because they're fun. And they are
funny.
talented.
They are funny. They
and
do.
at the end of the day, they get the job done.
And let's be honest, dude.
I wouldn't have went out and spent $21 of my own fucking money only being back
What's,
into the wrestling
what's
game for...
Wood's first name?
What's that?
What's-
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods totally got the dog fucking...
Page.
Thank you. Dude, y'all love him for that. Come on. All right, you got a 3?
Can I finish the point, please? I don't like the New Day because they're black, okay? I like the New Day because they're entertaining. And when I first got back, when this jackass right here said, you need to watch a product that's gotten better, it's not what you remember, the first thing I saw, the first night, was the New Day. And I'm like, okay,
going on, Peggy?
you have my interest. And then came Joe / Dolph Ziggler. And then you had
They
all
had
these,
no idea
you had
what
the
to do
Shield.
with Dolph. They had no idea what to do with
They're
him.
repackaging him right now
Thank
from what I'm reading.
God, because he's fucking...
All I know is that the New Day was the catalyst to bring me back in. And then a half a year later, AJ comes in. And then a half a year later, this happens. And so many great things have been happening that I'm now, once again, a full-fledged member of the WWE Universe. Thank you for bringing me back. But thank the New Day even more for making me understand.
And you can be a part of that, too, if you go to www.lokiandjabroni.com/wrestling.
All right,
Yes.
you got your 3?
What's your
I
number
do, and it's another controversial one. But again, I'm just going with people I didn't like.
Do it.
Money Inc.
Wow.
I did not like Money Inc. I thought it was
You had two
obnoxious.
great wrestlers together.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
but I thought it was obnoxious. It killed the vibe. It was more shtick than wrestling. I just didn't buy it. You know, like the whole. I didn't like IRS, which
I can buy that.
I liked Mike Rotundo before. I didn't like IRS.
You see how he did that?
Yes.
By the way, does anybody know who Mike Rotundo's son is? I know
Yes,
you guys
IRS
do.
DiBiase. Yes,
Do you guys
Money
know
Inc.
who IRS's son is? Not you guys, but I'm talking about you guys out there. First person to come in with IRS's son, except for Candy and Gary,
Oh, I can't.
might win.
I was just getting ready to
Nope,
blurt it
might
out.
win a little special gimmick from the Loki and Jabroni show.
I was like, oh, I know. Oh, duh.
Yeah, like I said, I
Let's see. I want to see whose phone comes up first.
for
I-
me
I'm
to get
looking.
into wrestling, the shtick
Nope,
has
that's
got
just somebody joined.
has
What's
got to
going on,
get me
Cashy?
pumped. The shtick has got to get me pumped, and the wrestling's got to be really good. I just did not feel it with Money Inc.
Okay.
Warrior Man, what's going on, man? Nice to have
Eric
you
says
on.
he has 2. Name the most famous one, dumbass.
Yeah. Hello.
Candy, I said you cannot comment. What are you doing? You're freaking killing me right now.
All right, so I'm going to go on to my number 2 real quick.
All right, let's go to number 2. I'm still looking for the winner of the special gimmick contest. We'll send you something if you win. Cripes. You guys are killing me right now. All you listeners are killing me right now.
Let's move on.
If you
and
can
then
spell it right,
move
I'll
on
give you
and
the
then
prize.
let him chime in.
All right, number 2.
Number 2. Sorry, he was just asking for a follow, and I'm like, you got it, buddy.
Okay.
He was that was good shit. I had to give it to him.
Was that
fine.
Ricky? Because
That
Ricky's
was
been
Ricky. Yeah, Ricky.
Ricky. Eric Mitchell just came in with the answer. So, Eric, you're going to get a special prize from us, Bray Wyatt.
Yes. Harlem Heat 2000.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Remakes never, ever work. Not in the movie scene and not in wrestling. So when Ahmed Johnson left the WWE to come to WCW for a very short spree,
Very short.
they thought it would be a great idea to put him on the Harlem Heat. Now, wait a minute. If that other member of the Harlem Heat was Booker T, then that would be fucking spectacular. But
Except-
it wasn't. It was Stevie Ray. So what
Ooh,
you
by the way,
essentially
wait,
had...
before you go on, which is Booker T's legitimate brother.
Thank you. So what you legitimately had with Harlem Heat 2000 was two Stevie Ray carbon copies of each other as a wrestling tag team now. And they tried to push him off as a cousin. People, going back to my man Ricky's statement, it's because they're black. Ahmed Johnson was not black.
He was extra black.
Ahmed Johnson was midnight.
Trigger.
He was you. When you try to sell people off as cousins, there's got to be a certain standings behind it. Okay,
We could pass as cousins.
we could do it. We could do it.
Eddie,
but Ahmed Johnson,
You could pass as our cousin.
I am his
yeah, I was
cousin.
gonna say he is my cousin.
That's why I said that, you idiot. Pay attention.
But you take
You could pass as my
Stevie
grandpa.
Ray.
You're
you
welcome.
take Stevie
He used
Ray,
to drink the same beer.
and then you take Ahmed
grandpa was
Johnson,
a
and you
smart
try to
guy.
tell me Ahmed Johnson.
The worst thing about that whole thing was they brought him in as Big T.
Yes,
And then Booker
I'm looking
and
at them. They are
Ahmed.
pretty big.
they're
Booker,
huge.
Booker and Ahmed had a feud to see who claimed the letter T.
Yes,
Booker T or Big T.
Right.
What is this? Fucking Sesame Street?
No, it's-
Hey, we're gonna fight over the letter T and the number 2 and the color red. Like, seriously, this is once again, Vince fucking Russo. Fuck. Eric, show up at the deal at the deck. We got a little special something for you
Yes, we do.
for answering that question.
right,
Bray
Rick.
Wyatt is the son of IRS.
I gotta do Ricky Slater.
Oh, Ricky, seriously? All right. So are you?
Well, it's yours anyways.
all right. For me, number 2 was two good workers separately. Both of them had Intercontinental Championship runs. Both of them were real solid wrestlers. Both of them were really big heat magnets. Both of these guys, single, could draw a house based on the fact that they were fighting your favorite. You put them together as a tag team and everything went to shit. I'm voting Rhythm and Blues, the Honky Tonk Man, and Greg Valentine. First of all,
I agree 100%.
you have Greg Valentine dyeing his hair to try to look like Elvis when this guy for 15 years has promoted himself, and the promoters have done the same, as a badass. Just stone cold badass. He broke Wahoo McDaniel's leg. He broke Tito Santana's leg.
Yes.
He took Bob
Yes.
Backlund to the limit. He took Hulk Hogan to places Hulk Hogan had never been before. Inside the ring. And now you want him to dye his hair, wear a sequin outfit, carry a guitar. Obviously, neither of them knew how to play the fucking guitar. You could tell that by their movements. The Honky Tonk Man, same thing. As a single, he was a heat seeker. He was a missile. People loved to hate the Honky Tonk Man. And how'd they bring him in? As a friend of Hulk Hogan. And then when he got there, Hulk Hogan's like, I don't know this fucking guy. What the fuck are you talking
Right.
about? I don't know this fucking guy. And boom, immediate heat-seeking missile. Put them together, garbage. All garbage.
You got that stone face of Greg Valentine. Like, he always, seriously, well, no, like stone,
Exactly.
not stoned.
You were afraid of him.
Stone. He had this stone face. So then you put the Elvis hair on him and the fucking outfit,
Yes.
and he still has
Yes.
the same face.
Yes.
He looks like that one relative you have that really doesn't want to do the portrait, that only like takes a shower once a month or combs his hair, blah, blah, blah. That's what he fucking looked like. I remember that. That's another one of the things that was starting to make me tune out.
Garbage.
Is stupid shit like that.
All garbage.
To quote Hulk Hogan, that's why this company's in the toilet, because of bullshit like this.
Bash at the Beach 2000.
Yes.
Jeff Jarrett. Wow. We'll talk about that someday.
Someday.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
100% agree with that one.
So is that going to be your number 2 or?
No. I had a number 2. It's actually a couple tag teams in one.
Okay.
The Heavy Metal Sisters, the Housewives, and the Hicks. Worse. All the same people. Worst tag team in Glow.
Oh my
Terrible.
God. He just
Absolutely terrible.
He just went glow.
I went Glow. I was gonna go Glow once, and it's the worst. They were the worst. I hated that. It was like you could tell they were the same people. It's like you're gonna have 3 different tag teams have the same person do it.
There's always going to be that one guy that brings Glow to a table when we're trying to have a serious discussion about professional wrestling.
Whoa! That's serious wrestling.
That's not. It has nothing to do with serious wrestling.
It's wrestling. Some of the shit those chicks did was dangerous. I watched that episode where she like broke her arm backwards.
Oh, the Americana or whatever her name was. Oh,
yeah.
all right,
So
all right.
it's the same thing.
Eddie
like,
Guerrero did the same thing on WWE.
It's
Nobody
scripted, but it's it's not
Yeah,
fake.
that was nasty.
It's scripted, but it's
Wow.
not fake. So
Wow.
Glow is relevant in my opinion.
All right, fair enough.
But
We
yeah,
have-
it was like that just showed how they had no budget. Let's be honest.
All right. We have now reached the precipice of bullshittery. The worst
bull-
tag team of all time.
Puckiness.
In our opinions, let us go to Loki.
All right, so I told you they made my list as worst, and here it comes. The Road Warriors 2.0.
All right.
When you take Animal and you take Hawk and you take Hawk out of the equation and you put Hendrick, whatever.
Heidenreich?
and dude, you were horrible, man. You were horrible. You took the Road Warriors name and you brought it down. I didn't want to bring this point up earlier because this was on my fucking terrible list, but you single-handedly spat, shat, and she's right there, so I can't say the other one, all over the Road Warrior name. The Legion of Doom name was Legion of Poon name with you behind that title, all right? You were pathetic. Animal, I understand why you do it. I understand why you did it, and you were hoping that that name would continue on. We do not fault you with having this as your
It's
partner.
in his book. It's all in his book.
I know. It really is. Seriously, check it out. But, man, what a fucking terrible idea. The guy, first of all, when you come walking out Legion of Doom and you're wearing Skull as your face mask, that should tell you something. He is an unoriginal bastard, and his wrestling was very much the same.
Yep.
He was a 6'8", 300 and something pound.
Supposed. Badass.
Right. No, not badass. You're not letting me finish the blank here. 6'8", 300 something pound architect of back then. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
He hurts people. He hurt people. He was a terrible fucking wrestler. He brought down the name of the Road Warriors.
All right. Well, my number one is not going to be any particular surprise to anybody who's listened to this show for the last 2 years. I'm not even gonna dress it up. It's fucking Bushwhackers. Fuck the Bushwhackers. These were guys back in the territorial days who I watched in Florida on TV.
Didn't they win like a title?
No, they never won anything. They didn't win shit. When they were in Florida, they were the sheep herders, and they were biting people and making bloodbaths, and you see the magazines. And then they went to the NWA, and they were biting people and winning titles and making the magazines. And then they come to Vince. And Vince says, I got this great idea. We're going to have you come out with these camo hats to the side with bite marks, and you're going to lick the fucking faces of the front row, and you're going to just do this ridiculous fucking walk, and you're just going to be comedy. And that's all they were.
Yeah.
And then a couple years ago,
Tongue hanging out.
exactly, a couple years ago, and I'll say it was 2 years before we did our Hall of Fame episode, they decided, whoever they are that decides the WWE Hall of Fame, to put the fucking Bushwhackers in the Hall of... The fucking Bushwhackers
When you don't have
in
Owen
the Hall
Hart in
of
the
Fame.
when you don't have Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame, and you have the Bushwhackers and Coco fucking Beware.
Hey.
I would rather, and Eric brings up a great point. What about the Headbangers? The Headbangers could have been in the Hall of Fame before the Bushwhackers, based on their talent, their title runs, etc., so forth. The
Everybody
fucking
brings up the Headbangers,
Bushwhackers.
but what did they do?
They really didn't do anything, but they did a whole lot more than the goddamn Bushwhackers.
Right.
They were
They were the Bushwhackers that listen to heavy metal. There you go.
Fuck. Fuck the Bushwhackers.
What do you
Number
got, Ed?
one worst tag team ever.
This is actually one that's
I thought they were funny.
This is one that's
were
bothered
fine.
me since I was a kid, and I haven't been able to let it go, and so I'm keeping the feud going. Heart Foundation, no, no. Heart Foundation definitely is one of the best. Honestly, it was a one-off, but I thought it was a terrible choice. Hulk Hogan and Mr. T, worst tag team ever. Nothing exciting about
not a
that
wrestler.
match.
It's his list. He can do what he wants.
No, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is it's the first WrestleMania. It's Madison Square Garden. The main event is Hulk Hogan and Mr. T versus Roddy Piper and
Paul Orndorff.
Paul Orndorff.
What it did for the business, I can get, and I understand that the mainstream came in. It's Mr. T and all that. I buy your argument to an extent. At the same time, I may have to like shuttle it aside, and I'm not shuttling you aside. I'm shuttling the argument aside because what that did for the wrestling business really was the thing that strapped the rocket underneath the wrestling business's ass and brought it to the mainstream. Having Mr. T
I'm
there
not
was
arguing that
fantastic.
point at all. Not arguing that point at all. I just thought if you watch the match, it's fucking terrible.
Everything T did was garbage.
Yeah.
Did you see him try to do like a single arm takedown and he almost flubbed it and Piper basically threw himself over?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I would expect more from something. It's supposed to be the biggest wrestling event ever. I would just expect something a little bit more. It wasn't even a title bout. Hogan's title wasn't up for grabs.
No?
There was nothing special about it whatsoever. It was all gimmick. It was essentially a way to sell the Rocky movie. And like, I don't know. I just thought it was a bad decision, and I consider it.
Where did they reach into?
The bucket.
The bucket of gimmicks.
Ooh.
Oh, look what we found.
All right. So let's break it down real quick because we have a very special interview for our Irish people, which we promised them.
Yes, and then we have Big Matt calling in.
Yep. So,
So-
we'll let Big Matt call in real quick, and then we'll do our special interview because we got to make sure we get him on the phone first. We don't want to lose him.
Will says we need more Eddie Guerrero and He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Eddie Guerrero was a great single wrestler. Let's put it that way. I'm going to leave it at that.
Him and Chavo were a great
I'm
going to
put it at that. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Thank
He
you.
Who Shall Not Be
Thank you.
Named whacked his family and go fuck himself sideways.
No,
With a
they,
hacksaw.
no, they did not make a good tag team.
Ho!
Sorry. All he did was fly around and his head hit people, and then there was a frog splash, and that was it. Like, people just paid to see their finishers. That's not a good fucking tag team,
All right.
people. That's why I didn't put the Rock and Sock on here because it's a gimmick.
Somebody brought up
It's a
Rock and
gimmick.
Sock. On
It's
the,
a
uh,
gimmick.
Piggybacking
It's a
off what you
gimmick.
said, I
What
that's
you
why
just did, it's a gimmick.
I hate
Hulk
the-
Hogan,
yeah.
and it's a gimmick, dude. It's
All right.
I hate superstars that team up because
It's only going to end poorly.
right, like the Hogan and Savage,
Yes.
Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, like
What was the one recently? Cena and AJ. You knew that was going to end poorly.
right.
All right, so let's all take our number one worst five and make an argument.
All right, so I got Road Warriors 2.0.
I may have to go with that over the Bushwhackers.
Which would be kind of funny because then we would have
Road Warriors here and Road Warriors here.
a best and worst of both teams of both scenarios.
I'm gonna throw the Bushwhackers out, and I'm gonna go with Legion of Doom 2.0. It shouldn't have happened. I
No.
understand why Joe did it.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
understand.
And like I said, I'm not trying to dog him in any
No,
sense. I
absolutely
mean,
not.
everybody, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you look at him. When you first look at this,
Heidenreich was a monster.
he was a fuck, and you're like, dude, this is gonna be your tag team partner. We're gonna redo the Legion of Doom, and you're like,
And where did it go?
holy shit, this is a great idea. And then like he sucks so bad.
There was a passage in Joe's book where he's like Heidenreich was trying to do his own makeup and his arm was doing this.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do his own makeup, so Joe would do the makeup for him. Already trouble in paradise.
Right.
And now you go out there and Joe is doing what Joe does and Heidenreich is doing whatever the fuck he does.
Yeah, he hurt
And
people. That's what he did.
the list is endless. I can remember that period where you could read on the internet. So and so is injured. He was in a match with Heidenreich.
Right.
So and so was injured. He's in a match with
he
Heidenreich.
was the old school Seth Rollins. He was the old school architect.
Is someone else agreeing with me on how Seth Rollins is
I've
a
always
dangerous
said that.
motherfucker?
No, I've said that. I agree with you.
Oh,
100%.
I've caught so much shit for that video
No,
I did last
fuck
summer.
No. Fuck no. No, remember I was right there with you. I
Yes,
agree.
you were.
He fucking hurts people, man. He hurts people.
I'm going to
And
go
so did
with you.
Heidenreich.
I'm going to go with Legion of
So
Doom
did fucking
2.0.
Heidenreich.
Ed?
You want me to make my case?
Yeah? Hulk Hogan and Mr. T.
Just watch.
Oh,
Just
you've got
watch.
the YouTube video.
Just watch.
Turn that for the
Gimmick.
people.
It's gimmick.
It was
Just
a gimmick.
watch
It
I
was
can
a
take gimmick. I can
Just
take
watch
gimmick.
the match. That's all you got to
It was
do.
a terrible match.
It's
It was a terrible
DDP and
match.
Jay Leno all over again.
Yeah, there you go.
However, when you want to talk about
It's
the
it's
business,
NWO taking on Dennis Rodman.
This is what made me most mad. This is what made me most mad, and I think you'll both agree when I say this. You take one of the biggest, most famous, and it's still a rivalry that made you hungry decades later, Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper, and you water it down with Mr. T and all that shit. Like you want to see Hogan and Piper go at it for the
Right.
main event. And that's what I wanted to see. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's bringing Mr. T. Okay, I pity the fool. I get it. Terrible match. Terrible.
I'll buy it.
And
All right.
It didn't even end with a pin, if I'm mistaken. It was a
No,
disqualification.
it wasn't. No, it was a
was it?
pin. Orton came. Bob Orton Jr.,
Oh, he hit
father of Randy
Orndorff.
Orton,
He
hit
hit
Orndorff
Orndorff.
with the cast. Orndorff takes the fall. Hogan makes the pin. Orndorff turns babyface the next week, and then it led into what you talked about, which was Hogan and Orndorff being a team for 2 years, and then the whole big split.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought it's a terrible way to kick off, which is basically now an iconic event, in my opinion.
Agreed, but back then, when you
They
look
needed it. I
at
understand.
No,
absolutely,
absolutely.
you have
They
to
needed
go.
But like I
sell it.
said, it's a gimmick. It's the whole gimmick.
I just would
stage,
have
and
done
that's
the
what we don't
gimmick with a
fucking
different
believe
match. I wouldn't have done it with the main event like that.
Speaking of gimmicks,
All right, so let me get
we got some shot glasses. We got some gimmick
Yeah.
spinners, all Loki and Jabroni
tell the
personalized.
people about them. Let me get Matt going. Hold on.
We have a box of gimmicks over there for the first 20 people that come to our booth at the deck. God bless you.
Thank you.
At the deck at 359 Boston Post Road in Westport, Connecticut, we have New Day Unicorn Pops. We have a great bunch of stuff.
Where's your plug?
It'll be right here.
All right, let me see
Let me pull that. You guys get to see some behind-the-scenes shit
Yeah.
on the
I'll put them on mine then.
on the live feed.
I said 30 seconds and he's calling me now. Was that
Is
30
he really?
seconds?
30 seconds?
That wasn't 30 seconds.
Who's counting? Who's doing the counting in this business? I don't know. But hey. We had 20,
I have,
okay.
I have a top 10, yes.
So
I do.
in that box over there,
All right,
we
so
have
here we go.
unicorn. We have 20 unicorn pops for the first 20 people that walk up to our booth at the deck. We have other gimmicks that are coming in. You're gonna love. We have my DVD
Hold on a
collection. Oh, look at this is the box of gimmicks. We have the
Box O gimmicks.
we have the rivalry New York Yankee Boston Red Sox thing. We have VR glasses. If you like virtual reality, we have VR glasses in that thing.
We got all kinds
have
of good stuff.
all sorts of good stuff for the raffle, and we have a SummerSlam trivia contest. The winner gets a $50 gift card to the deck for a future date, not that night. The SummerSlam trivia contest is going to blow you away. I have done my research. My questions are fucking fantastic.
All right. Matt, you in the house?
Yes, sir.
Welcome,
going on,
Big
brother?
Matt from Connor Promotions.
How y'all doing?
We are great. How are you?
I don't want to keep blowing up your news feed, but a lot of that stuff I wanted to keep commenting on. But you guys know how the hall is. The hall's a joke. I mean, come on, this year Beth Phoenix went in.
Dude, trust me, when Beth Phoenix went into the Hall of Fame, I was the first guy to say, what in the ever-loving F is this girl going in? She had 2 good years, bullshit, and Owen friggin' Hart is still not in the Hall of Fame.
But when I had the Nasty Boys down for their signing, because I was asking them, I was asking when they think they're going to get the call, because there's always every year they always take one tag team and everything else. That's why I think they're probably going to get the call this year. But that's how it works. They got to take one woman and everything else this year, so that's why they picked her, because she's one of the only ones left. And plus, I guess since she had a kid, she makes the Hall of Fame, I guess.
Okay, I'll buy that. But then again, the Freebirds, the friggin' Freebirds,
Yeah.
it took forever to get the Freebirds in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right,
And
so what do you got for us, man?
And the answer is yes. I do want pizza when I get home. Go ahead, Matt.
Jabroni likes sausage on his pizza.
Jabroni likes mushrooms,
Jabroni likes sausage,
onions,
period.
and green pepper. So you know, you dirty
loves,
bastard.
He loves the sausage.
He
Talk.
loves the sausage.
No, all bullshit aside. No, I got a lot of good stuff that I'm going to donate to you guys as raffles to help out the cause.
Tell us about
I
it.
got yeah, no problem. I'm going to donate like 7 or 8 8x10s. I got a Tito Santana Papa Shango SummerSlam autograph one. I got 2 different autographed ones from the Nasty Boys, one with the tag team belts, one without. Then I got a Strike Force one autographed by Tito Santana. I got like 2 of them I'll donate from Tony Atlas. And then, of course, I'll throw in like 2 or 3 from Shane Douglas and a DVD and a couple of wrestling cards. But that's just the little stuff. With all the meet and greets I got going on and everything else, Top Rope Promotions at all the events, they donate stuff too. Top Rope Promotions is donating 2 tickets to the September 8th Summer Showdown with
Wow.
Mick Foley and it gets better though. And then the Brawl at the Mall that we're doing everything else at me and the Bulldog Enterprise are going in on one raffle thing where you get a meet and greet with Lex Luger and you get a ringside seat.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
And
guys,
a couple of things. Plus, I'm pretty sure the guy, I haven't got back to him yet, but I'm pretty sure Blitzkrieg Wrestling's going to donate 2 tickets to the August 26th event.
That's going to be awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
So you guys, you got to get out to the deck on August 20th. You got
And if you
to.
guys haven't
definitely
liked,
going to be fun.
if you guys
Yeah.
haven't liked Connor Promotions on Facebook, make sure you guys go and do that right now. I know you got a website in the process. Is it completed yet or no?
Who?
Connor Promotions.
Oh, no, not on the website yet. Completed, no.
All right.
I use this guy Low Key Designs. He's not that good at designs. He just takes a while.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. He's married with children.
Well, thank you for all the gracious things you guys are donating through Connor Promotions and everyone
Yeah,
else.
anything I could do to help. As I told you, I go to bat for you guys, man. You guys do a lot for me, and that's the least I can do in return.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so
Fuck
much.
Yeah.
And if you're not thinking about it, now you should think about it. The deck. August 20th, the SummerSlam party. This is going to be the pay-per-view party of the year in Connecticut, 359 Boston Post Road, Westbrook, Connecticut. Come down, buy a raffle ticket. These things are going to be out there for you. Tickets to a show, autographed pictures, autographed DVDs.
Yeah, you can't beat it. There's going to be 10 autograph things, 100% authentic, and then there's going to be 3 different
Fucking
wrestling events that you can win
badass.
tickets to. So,
Absolutely.
Badass.
yeah. And meet and greet with Lex Luger. You got
How do you
can't
beat
can't go
a
wrong
meet,
with that.
a meet and greet with a former WCW champion, a former WWE
The total
superstar?
package.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Thank you so much for joining us. We are looking. Are you coming to the party?
I'm gonna try to, because I don't know if I have something pending that day. But if not, like I said, I'll definitely have that stuff there. But if not, I'm gonna see if the wife and the kids can come down, because I know my sons will be eager for that SummerSlam. SummerSlam trivia contest.
Nice.
Oh, I got some great questions, bro. You don't know. I'm throwing.
Believe it, my oldest son, he's good at stuff like that. The only shitty thing about it is I feel bad for Flair, man.
Yeah, we just talked
we were
about
talking
Ric
about
Flair
him
earlier.
too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
No.
thank you,
All right,
Matt.
brother. Good talking to you, though. Thanks for the support. And like I said, we'll be looking forward to doing some more shit in the future.
Absolutely.
brother.
Connor Promotions, Big Matt. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and don't forget Party with Marty on the 26th.
We're getting to that.
Yes,
End of the
sir.
show, bro. We got this.
All right. Gotcha.
Later, bro. So before we get into our special interview, let's run down the rest of the summer of fun. We wanted Blair Tugman tonight. Unfortunately, he's training for his fight this Friday. You're going to see him on Spike TV fighting an undefeated opponent, an up-and-comer for a title
Shot.
for a title shot.
Shot.
Yes. So this Friday, watch Spike TV for the Bellator fights and see Blair Tugman whip some ass as only he can. And I was texting him over the weekend. I said, hey, we're not there to bring you ice cream when you win. We're going to have to do double next time. And he's like, oh, man, I'm all for it. August 20th, obviously, we've talked about a
In
million
case you guys
times.
didn't know, 6 seconds left in the fight.
Oh.
Slaps a rear
Rear
naked chokehold on my boy and takes him out with 6 seconds left in the fight.
That's
It's
our
badass.
boy.
That's
That's
our boy.
our
Good
boy.
shit, Blair. Good shit.
You see the shirt? Logan Jabroni Show. If you're
Hell
watching on the
yeah.
live feed, the Bull Shark Blair Tugman.
Everyone together now. Chipwich.
Yeah, absolutely. August 20th is the party at the Deck, SummerSlam 359, Boston Post Road, Westbrook, Connecticut. Come see Logan Jabroni live. The bucket of gimmicks will be there. The beer will be there. We have lots of great things. We have the raffle. Lots of great things in the raffle. We also have the SummerSlam Trivia Contest for a $50 gift certificate for a future visit to the deck that you can use. It's going to be a great time. August 25th is obviously Bellator live on Spike featuring Blair Tugman. He's going to whip some ass. August 26th is a Saturday. It's the Party with Marty featuring Marty Jannetty and Al Snow. That's at Pistol Pete's Bar and Grill, Stonington Road, Norwich, Connecticut. Go find it. Connor Promotions is putting that on. Meet Marty Jannetty. Meet Al Snow. Maybe you can get some head, if you know what that means. August 27th, the next day, at Tanger Outlets at Foxwoods Resort Casino is the signing for Al Snow right in front of K&M All-Star Sports, who graciously donated 2 autographed pictures. I also want to mention A&J Sports in the Crystal Mall, who donated, once again, 5 great sporting hats with different logos from different teams, and he put it together. It was great. We are really making strides. These outside promotions and these inside promotions, everybody is having a great time. But right now, I want to go to the phone.
Rush it up, man. All right.
We have a great interview right now. Let me just push a couple buttons on this phone. And listen. Just stay with us. Stay with us. Stay with us.
All right.
Okay. Connor, are you there?
Boy, you really... I was sitting on fucking phone this whole time.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Conor McGregor.
The fuck is up?
All right. You have a big fight on Saturday the 26th against...
You damn fucking Lucky Charms, I do.
Floyd Mayweather.
That fucking bitch.
Talk to me about your big fight with Floyd Mayweather. What is... I don't want to...
Let me tell you about that little dirty cunt, first of all right? He talks...
Okay.
All he does is talk shit. Talk shit. That's all he does.
Okay.
I'm going to plant him. I'm going to plant him, and I'm going to make a fucking hop out of him.
The problem...
And then I'm going to make a fucking bottle of Guinness out of him.
Wow. The problem I have with this fight is it's a straight-up boxing match. And I've watched you work. I know you have great boxing skills, but this is a guy who trains for boxing 100%.
Trains by beating his wife.
Pretty much.
Right?
I
like this guy.
What are the chances? That's
Wives
Eddie Focus. That's our producer.
Hit back.
Wives don't hit back. What are the chances that Conor McGregor may or may not throw an errant kick in this fight?
A lot of people have come up to me and asked me that. They say, you're going to cheat a little knee in there or something. I might. And if I do, it's only going to be a point. Only 1 or 2 points. I ain't too worried about it.
You don't think this is going to hurt your chances of winning this fight?
No, I'm going to knock the motherfucker out.
How much money are you making on this fight? Win or lose?
I can't tell you that.
Why not?
It's just a fucking lot.
Okay. So, win or lose, you stand to make a lot of money.
Right.
How much? Go ahead.
If you were to live off the interest of the money that I'm making, you would suck my fucking dick for 20 years straight.
It's a good possibility.
I'll double fist that shit right now.
Oh, Eddie's on board. Have you talked to our producer, Eddie Focus, at all?
He's got some brilliant ideas.
I think he's Irish at heart.
Nope, no Irish, but
what I said was you're Irish at heart.
Not even.
Okay.
Not even. Pure Italian.
Connor, going into this fight, what do you see as Floyd Mayweather's biggest weakness, other than his mouth?
Besides his mouth.
Yes.
I got to say that
fights are handpicked.
I think one of his biggest problems is he thinks that a lot of people go after him, but the bottom line is he's really a bitch, and he runs around, and when I get his arse in the fucking back and I beat the fucking bloody hell out of him, after I knee him and get a minus point 2 or 3,
okay,
I'm going to knock the fucking piss out of him, and I'm going to put him on the ground.
If I'm a betting man, how much money do I put on Conor McGregor not this Saturday, next Saturday,
Yes,
How much
party with Marty.
Oh, you heard about the party with Marty.
Yes, I have.
And during the party with Marty, they're going to have on this big screen.
My fight.
Yes.
My fight.
I'm losing sleep that night. I have to work the next day. What I'm asking you is how much money do I put on Conor McGregor to beat the ever-loving
The whole
piss?
fucking farm.
All of it?
The entire fucking farm.
All right.
Your whole fucking island. If you got a fucking island, you bet it. You put it on Conor fucking McGregor. I promise you right now, I'm going to beat that son of a bitch. And I'm going to beat that son of a bitch so fucking bad that he's going to piss Conor McGregor for the next 2 fucking years.
Wow. Good looking out, bro.
Thank you.
I think
All
you
right.
should give him a taste of his own medicine. By
You think I should beat him like he fucking beats his fucking women?
I think you should marry him, then beat the fuck out of him.
Nice. Thank you, Eddie.
I definitely can make him my bitch.
Do you see a pattern with me right now? Fucking hate people that beat their wives.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for having me on the show.
Thank you, Conor McGregor. And we are looking forward to your fight Saturday,
Oh, fuck yeah!
August 26th. We are going to be looking out for you, and we are going to be cheering for you wholeheartedly. Conor McGregor,
real quick,
Floyd Mayweather.
real quick.
Go ahead.
I got to give a big shout out to the other guy, Blair Tugman. I'll tell you what, one of these days, Blair, me and you, motherfucker, we're going at it.
Wow.
We're going at it because you're a tough son of a bitch. I could see it in your eyes.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you wholeheartedly. Conor McGregor was on the phone, and we are looking forward to his fight on August 26th against Floyd Money Mayweather, who I think all the money is in his mouth, but that's
And it's
well,
about
it's me.
time Loki got back.
You know,
yeah, welcome
unfortunately,
back.
Unfortunately, I will say this. It's a sweet science.
It is.
It's been known as a sweet science, and that motherfucker has the science down.
Oh, absolutely.
He really does. I mean, everything that he's went through and everything he's done, I mean, it's...
Hey, at a minimum, I'm hoping if McGregor slips up, gives him a knee or kick to the head, whatever, I hope he just
All right, here we
goes.
go.
I hope he goes full retard and he just beats the fuck out of him.
full stupid. Full stupid. All right, so we're going to be skipping Patreon tonight. Unfortunately, we have Sunday going on. Please come out and visit us in the deck. Please come out and just say hi. Enjoy some of them 77 swing. Seriously, think about it. What, $7? 10 wings?
That's not a bad deal.
Dude, and these are fucking like diesel fucking wings. Gotta check them out. Plus, I mean, wash it down with a fucking a nice cold whatever you want. I think domestic beer is only like $2.50. He said it's like they got some really great
Give or
specials.
take.
And folks,
So here we go.
If you can't make it, go to www.lokiandjabroni.com/wrestling. Join the WWE Network. See SummerSlam.
Yes,
Join us on the fun, and then tune in
and then tune in.
and listen to our
Fuck
commentary.
yes, it's gonna be fucking great.
Because
I can't wait.
our band commentary is better than the
It
rest.
is.
Absolutely.
It is. Absolutely. We actually get so much more likes for that. All
Now,
right, so hit me with the horn, Tony.
Wait. Before you get into that, I just want to say the NFL kickoff is just a few weeks away. We're going to have 2 very special guests. You, me, we're going to have Jim Lollimer, and we are going to have, from 3 sides of the coin, Tommy Summers. All of us in the same room. And Eddie with his pro-Patriots gimmick. We're going to have everybody's going to give. I'm going to set the rules out like you and I have done for the last 2 years, how we're going to break this down. We're going to have the best NFL preview of anywhere you could find. Fuck ESPN. Fuck NBCSN. Fuck everybody. We are your source for the best and most honest NFL preview in history. I'm hearing myself twice.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I went back to
No, what you're hearing is the final countdown.
Okay, here we go. Roll that beat footage.
I think we covered everything you would have talked about. Don't worry, I remember to mention the right thing.
Yes.
Twice.
Yes.
Because I fucking hate him. Fucking hate him.
Right, you have to.
Oh my god.
So
I
here it
love
comes.
Here we go.
Right, this guy right here.
Here we go. I have unlocked the secret, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not ladies. Well, unless you're a lesbian. Gentlemen, I have unlocked the secret. This is what you have been waiting for. The top 10 things women lie about absolutely right here on this list. I have it going. You're not a woman yet, so don't give me that look.
My daughter is off camera. You can't see her.
Number 1 through 10, everything. Have a good night. Sorry.
All right, so I do have a nice little honorable mention here. Very simple. Ex-boyfriends. He ain't never gonna know. He ain't never gonna learn.
Oh
nothing
yeah,
about
pretty
that.
much. I'll buy it.
Nope. Here we go. Number 10. Farting.
Really?
They ain't gonna fucking tell you the truth about that shit.
No, probably
They're gonna
not.
blame the dog. They're gonna blame the cat. They're gonna blame the goldfish. It ain't getting blamed on
You don't
them.
even have to have a pet. It was like somebody in the other room did that.
Number 9. How much something costs. You know what I'm saying right there, right? It could be $2 and it's still, well, it was only 95 cents.
Yeah,
and I had
exactly.
and I had a coupon for 40 cents and it was double coupon
Can-
day, so it was 80 cents.
Can I hit the button?
Go ahead.
Can I hit the button? Horse shit.
That's true. That's why I said this.
Exactly.
Number 8, her hair. No, I'm serious. In today's society, you don't know what is real or fake no more, people. And let me tell you, genetics and doctors can make anything. Anything, okay?
Amen.
Hair included. Teeth, it's all out there. It's all out there, people. Number 7, quote, "You're the best I ever had."
Horse shit.
Don't
Horse shit.
fall for it. Don't
I've
fall
heard
for
that.
it.
I've heard that from somebody who was like, "Oh, so and so said I was the best they ever had." Well, what's their field of reference? Seriously.
A Smurf?
Yeah, maybe.
Number 6, any comment about your penis. It does if it's big, if it's small, if it's anything.
Now I'm starting
It's
to
a lie.
Now I'm starting
It's
to question myself
lie. It's a lie.
because Ed told I'm sharing too much. Never mind.
Number 5, what they are really doing in the bathroom all at once. You're never gonna find out fuck's going on in there.
Never.
Not gonna happen. Number 4, social media. 74% of women lie about things on the social media. This is an absolute fact. You cannot make it up. Do you know what the number for men is? 32.
Nice.
32%.
You know why? Because
of
we're
men
fucking
make up
honest
stuff
about
on-
what we do on social media.
No, we're just stupid, and the ones that are actually lying are probably lying about some stupid ass drama shit to start things.
Probably.
I know a couple of them.
Well, pretty much.
Number 3, finishing off your favorite snack, ice cream, or drink. Bitch, don't lie. Just say you ate it.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
You
Absolutely.
know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I
you
do.
go in there and you're like, oh man, I've been waiting for that ice cream all fucking day. Oh, the crunchy peanut, yeah, baby. Go in there.
I didn't eat that stuff. It just kind of evaporated.
Where did that go?
America.
I don't see it no more. It's gone. Number
Bullshit.
2, when they say nothing,
Oh, don't get me started.
You gonna die.
you lying.
Don't get
you
me
lying.
started. Don't get me started.
And number 1, the pussy is real. I told you, man, in today's society, anything, teeth, hair, boobs, pussy.
It can all be
can all
rejuvenated.
be redone. It can all be redone. Make sure you follow that shit.
Big thank you to Connor Promotions for their generous donations. Can-Am All-Star Sports, A&J Sports in the Crystal Mall. Myself for my entire DVD collection. These guys for putting up with me for fucking almost 3 years. Let's have the best SummerSlam party of all time. This Sunday, 3:59,
I'm excited.
Boston Post Road, Westbrook, Connecticut. Then again, we're going to be at the Party with Marty on August 26th with Al Snow,
I'll be
motherfucker.
like, official vacation.
You're going to be on vacation?
Vacation.
Nice. Which means I don't have to worry about you, like,
Nope.
not being on time.
Nope.
We're going to have so much fucking fun. We have special gimmicks that you guys don't even know about when you show up at the deck and show up at Pistol Pete's on the deck on the 20th, Pistol Pete's on the 26th. Gimmicks, fantastic giveaways, wonderfulness, unicorn horns, raffles. Jesus, get your asses out to these events. Share it with your friends. We're going to have a good time.
Absolutely. It's going to be a badass
Ed,
time.
you want to join? You want to add anything before Sunday?
No, I'm ready to go.
Not this week, but next week. I'm hoping to talk to Ed in a few minutes. We're going to finally debut on the Loki and Jabroni YouTube channel the C&J Speedway Report with me and Corey Huffnagel every week talking about NASCAR. We're making this a true network, finally.
Oh, I got another video up that I got to post, too. I actually did Dead Before Dawn.
Nice.
I played that, and it is way different than Friday the 13th. Way
Oh,
different.
Dead by Daylight.
I'm sorry. Dead by
Okay.
Daylight. Dead
You
by
got
Daylight.
Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, I just got it for Xbox. I got the special edition.
Ooh, I wonder if that's cross-platform.
Maybe.
We can find out.
Maybe.
I don't know. They've been
Hey,
doing
you played it?
I
take
have it. I played
It's-
it first.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
played that before. See, I played Friday the 13th first, and then I played this.
No. I grabbed Dead by Daylight when it was just the 4 killers. Like I got Michael Myers and everything.
Gotcha.
And some of the shit they've been coming up with is pretty creepy, like the Japanese horror shit and stuff.
Oh, that chick? The one
Yeah.
that, oh, my
Oh,
God.
the doctor.
Yes.
You see the doctor with
Dude,
the,
the doctor is just weird.
It is.
Weird. But
It is.
I got that video up there. So you talk about multimedia.
More
it's
of
there.
Loki's gaming coming up.
It's,
Yeah.
we have multimedia everywhere. We have NASCAR. We have video games. We have beer. We have food. We got everything for you guys. I'm excited.
Eventually,
We're gonna
coming
have,
into the playoffs, we may have this guy and me not here, but on a Skype type
Oh,
Google
on football
Hangouts.
season? Fuck yeah, absolutely.
We're going to have different things on the Loki and Jabroni Show YouTube channel that you guys can enjoy about football, about the playoff
That we can
baseball.
enjoy, really. Our
about-
passions
Of course.
kicking out.
Of course. And me and Corey Huffnagel doing the NASCAR, you and me doing baseball playoffs or football at the beginning of the season. So
Right.
much stuff. Go subscribe to the Loki and Jabroni Show YouTube page.
Before we don't like you no more. And
Go
we
to
don't
the
need you.
website and sign up for the mailing list. Sign up for the unsafe space, and that's the best way to keep in touch with everybody. Convince these guys to sign up for their own unsafe space.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe.
I'm terrible. I am. He's absolutely right.
There's so much
He's
stuff we
absolutely
got
right.
going on.
I do have to sign up for that. He's right. Guys, thank you all very much. Please make sure, if you haven't done it, please make sure you go visit our website. Check out those affiliate links. We have awesome deals going on. If you guys are feeling generous, please donate to the Patreon site. And make sure, if you are not doing anything on Sunday, you come down, you visit us at the deck. What's the address?
359 Boston Post Road, Westbrook, Connecticut. This is the guy that's going to be in the Miz T-shirt. I'll be in the Bootios T-shirt. I'm bringing a T-shirt
Oh, no, I
for
got a
that
new
guy.
one. I got a new one.
Oh, you got a new one?
Yeah, I'll be
Oh,
wearing
he
it.
won't be in the
I'll
Miz
be wearing
T-shirt.
it.
Keep in mind,
I'll be
folks, we're gonna try to live stream, but WWE don't like that shit too much. So watching live might be the only time you see this party.
Right,
Basically,
exactly.
and,
yes,
like,
I agree.
We did it with Shane Douglas
I
at
agree.
Payback at Aruga's in March.
And we got beat down.
Oh,
We
WWE!
got
No matter how
beat
much we send them
down.
business on the affiliate link, they kept saying "fuck you, fuck you, fuck
Yeah.
you, fuck." They were like the Jim Cornette, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
Full disclosure for you guys thinking we're gonna stream SummerSlam. No,
No.
it's not
No.
happening.
It's
We're
our
not
live
streaming
commentary.
Summer. We're commentating. You
Right.
will know what's going on by our commentating. We are not going to lie, and we're not going to say
Somebody-
if you,
and wait,
wanna
wait.
watch with us,
Yeah, somebody asked us the other day: is the SummerSlam trivia contest open to the people that
No.
watch the live
no,
feed?
no,
no.
You have to be at the deck. You have to be available to answer the questions.
And if you're in the
reason
raffle-
being, it's not fair to the people on Facebook because you literally are 6 seconds behind. We can't guess it. Unless you were like nobody knows the answer and you magically are up there for 6 seconds.
Bingo.
I mean,
And if you're in the running, if you buy a raffle ticket, you have to be there to win the prize.
yes.
That
yes.
is
Yes, there is no mailing.
Boom.
Stay in there. Buy the raffle tickets. Come
no
on, guys.
watching the feed on your cell phone to get the answers from a friend.
You're gonna,
yeah, bullshit. And I'm
There'll be
saying
6
this,
second delay.
and I'm saying this now. When I do it at the deck, the SummerSlam trivia contest, everybody turns in their cell phones. We're gonna have a little. I might put it in the bucket
works
of
for me.
gimmicks. Everybody puts their cell phone in the bucket of gimmicks, and when everybody answers the questions, when we tally the results, it's from here. It's from your own squash up above your eyes. We're going to figure out who has the best SummerSlam trivia knowledge. My questions are almost complete. What do we got here?
What's worse than stepping on a Lego? Getting shot by one.
Oh, shit.
We're going to leave you with that, folks. Have a great fucking night. We
Love
will
you guys.
see you guys Sunday. Make sure you're on that page on Wednesday to download us when Ed throws that shit up there. See you guys Sunday.